he did a lot of pinatas
That
at
scared
birthday
the fucking
parties.
piss.
Oh yeah, he's the pinata puncher
Check.
for sure.
Check.
Check.
Checks.
All right.
Welfare checks.
We're rolling.
Checks.
We're rolling. We starting?
Wait, did you check my mic?
I don't know if you checked Panucci's mic.
Check
Can you,
one.
Can you check it again?
Wait, let's all talk into Panucci's mic one at a time to see if it works.
Check.
Check.
Checking. Check.
How'd that sound?
It's a little.
It's a little gay now.
No, I need to turn it up if Kyle's talking to it. Otherwise, it's fine.
Check.
Check, please. Check.
Check.
Are we allowed to smoke on this podcast?
Of course,
Yeah.
you're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want.
It's too late now because we're gonna do it.
This is your house.
YouTube
We're-
actually.
We're filming. This is the BBC cast, Beggars Being Choosers, and we're filming at Casa de
Panucci and Dahl.
Panucci, Casa de Nucci.
Casa
I
de
live here
Nucci.
with my lover, Kyle Dahl.
Yes.
We
Beautiful.
have really good sex.
Yeah.
Him and
In
I.
that fucking purple zebra room right
Sometimes
there.
both of us are awake.
Sometimes.
Sometimes we sit in our separate chairs and we just get hot.
The other times I'm just dreaming about him. We're here with, I don't even know what we said their names. Ryan Panucci, Kyle Dahl.
Ryan
These are two
Panucci,
legendary people.
Ryan Panucci, Kyle Dahl.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, but yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you
Daniel.
guys
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you so much for
Let's
coming
just
on
all-
today.
Yeah.
We'll just all shake hands.
We're all shaking hands.
Thanks.
Oh shit.
I tell you what, I've seen a lot of podcasts. I haven't seen this one yet, but but this is no thank you. This is what a treat this is.
Thank you. This is
Really?
our treat to give you.
What
I'm
a-
hoping
what a
that
what a treat this is.
what a treat to have you, man. I'm hoping that you don't go back and watch this one because you might ask us to delete it afterwards. But
No, I by the way, I don't know if Freddy knows this, but after this podcast is over, we have to fix Daniel's tire because
yeah, 2 minutes
Yeah.
before I got to this
Yeah.
fucking house, my car starts flopping and flipping and shit, and I got pissed.
I could do that. That's
'Cause
easy.
You can start flopping and flipping.
And then change your tire. Yeah.
Yeah.
who
I
would you
appreciate
say between the four of us has never who looks like they don't know how to fix a tire?
Oh, definitely Freddie.
That's me.
Probably
That's. I
There's
mean,
no
that's
doubt
not even
about
a
it.
question.
If we're talking about looking like, I mean, come on now.
He doesn't look like he could drive,
looks like
let
he-
alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah.
he flips the sign out front of the tire business. That's
You don't
what he
have to
looks
change a tire when you only have your learner's permit.
Did you pass it?
Damn it.
like. Call my dad. Dad, my tire popped again.
Dad, Ryan roasted me again.
Can you come pick me up, please? God.
Can you pick me up? I'm scared.
That shit pissed me off, man. When my tire started, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I
it's
told you
scary.
inside. I changed my tire
It's scary.
yesterday.
Maybe Panucci will let you drive his mom's car.
Thank you.
Maybe my mother will let you drive my mother's
Does
car.
it
Damn.
smell good in there? Does it smell like her perfume, or what does it smell
It smells like Ward Scott's air freshener, which is what every comedian's car smells like.
My car smells decent. My car smells all right.
I have an air freshener called Car Sex.
I
Or-
have an air
no,
freshener
wait, that's not what
called
it's called.
SpongeBob SquarePants' License.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That one is good.
What is it?
The air freshener I have in my car is literally SpongeBob's like boating license.
They don't know. They don't know, Freddie. I'm sorry. They
He
don't
was
I've
know.
just
never
in my
watched one
car.
episode of SpongeBob.
Really? Oh,
I've
it's
never
really
seen
good.
one episode of
It's
it.
really good.
was
I didn't know he was a
He was
boater.
just in my
I
car.
drove him here 2 times.
What just
I don't know.
broke, Freddie Finity?
What was that?
My sense of humor.
It's too
is
far
a
away.
lens
It's
for the
gone
camera.
now.
Yeah.
And now it's gone.
It's gone forever.
I didn't know it was just gonna be me and you, but that's okay.
I also didn't realize that, but you know what? We might as well just have
You
slow-
should have sat
our
next
own
to
What
each
is,
joints,
other.
what
but
is
it's
the
too late.
format of this? Is this a 6-hour podcast?
This is a 6-hour
It's a
podcast.
12-hour, 2 episodes.
That's good.
12-hour. Yeah, we have one break in between where we make some Ritz
We have an
crackers,
intermission.
sandwiches and stuff.
We will occasionally come up with some fake ads in the middle.
Yeah, if you
So
want
that could be
Fads?
fun. Yeah.
yeah, Fads is what. Yeah, that's actually a good name.
Yeah.
Welcome to Fads. That's actually we're gonna make a logo and everything or a cut.
Do that.
You have a fad or no?
This is brought to you by White Russians. White Russians.
White Russians.
Well, actually, it's not a White Russian.
The only Russians there are. By the way, we have a crowd. We do have a crowd. So
we told them to be really quiet.
We have
though.
a crowd of crickets.
Yeah. And,
I can-
and statues, gnome statues.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that I live in like a middle class white person neighborhood.
Can
We're
I-
probably
It's a
yelling.
nice neighborhood.
Can I
Yeah,
say?
it's
nice
nice.
neighborhood.
Can I
Probably yelling.
say?
Neighbors like
Nice
right there.
neighborhood.
I
We're
do
about
have
to
a s-
yell in.
I do have a story for that. The first time Panucci and I hung out, he's like, "Come over and we'll write." And I said, "I don't know if I want to go where he lives, just because look at the fella."
Because he's a racist.
Anyway, we
Racist.
Look at the fella.
I got here. I'm like, "This is where you live?" Like, would you have guessed this is where he lived?
No, I knew somebody told me
Of
that he lived
course.
in a house, and I was like surprised that it wasn't like under a bridge or something.
Like
so
a
that's-
halfway house.
Right. That's
Yeah, like a halfway.
halfway house.
Yeah.
I got halfway here, and I thought about turning back.
Yeah.
But then I saw
That was
it.
halfway funny,
Yeah.
that joke.
Anyway, hey, we're just spitballing here.
Yeah.
But it's a nice house. It's a
Yeah.
nice house.
We're having fun.
Just
we're having
dudes
fun.
being dudes.
Nice neighborhood, and he did very well for himself. Ryan
It's
Panucci.
surprising.
I
He
used to
has
be
a
very
lot of
wealthy.
cool art, and you fucking did this whole backyard to look like a
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know,
nice.
not jungle.
What's
but
the
it's
deal
very
with
nice.
that telescope?
You gotta tell.
I got that for
Oh.
free. Got that for free.
That's enough said.
I've never
You stole
used
it?
it.
Is that
though.
what you mean?
No. As someone gave it to me, they never used it. I've never used it. and then,
It's just gonna be
I
passed
knew
down.
that's where that was going.
one day my children will not use that.
Yeah.
Didn't Galileo? Wasn't he a telescope
What a Galileo.
person?
Galileo.
Wasn't he? Didn't he like?
Wasn't that the guy that did
Didn't
the
he
at,
look into a telescope
didn't
one
he,
time?
That was the
didn't he
Leaning
have a
Tower of
telescope?
Pisa guy.
What was his story?
The Leaning Tower of Pisa guy.
Ah,
Wasn't that
okay.
him?
That might-
Galileo.
Galileo?
He's Galileo. He's Italian, isn't he? What? Tell us about him.
He's a real wop.
Galileo was
He's a real
born
wop.
circa 1890.
Circa.
If you
No,
ask
it's
me
probably
about
way before
Galileo,
that. I
I'm
don't
gonna,
That's
even know.
before then.
That's
Yeah,
before
that's
that.
pre-Civil War.
Yeah.
it sounds like he makes music. No?
He was pre-Civil War.
Yeah, for sure.
Pre-Civil War.
Yeah.
That's how we should start dating things.
I'm pretty sure he did the experiment in the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
I
With the-
think
with
he
the
was.
feather in the
Was he
ball. I
don't know if
before?
that's
Was he
right.
before or
Galileo,
after?
I don't think bro
I
did
don't-
that.
yeah.
I don't think he did that.
You
was he
sure?
before or after General Custard?
That he was before General Custer.
Are you
what are
sure?
we talking about?
Colonel Mustard?
KFC guy? Who are we talking about?
I think mustard came before custard.
I think Colonel
looking
Mustard
I
was,
think mustard came before ketchup.
was in.
No, because they made
where's your
ice cream
fact-checking?
and then they made custard.
Who's your fact-checking guy? He should be doing this. Why
we
am I
don't
doing
have.
this?
We don't have
Do you have a
fact checking.
producer on
You
the
don't
show?
have a Jamie?
No, we don't.
Hey, Alex, fucking
We're
fix your
doing
shit
this
over
at
there.
your house. We don't have a studio.
Another room in here?
Wait, hold on. What was I looking up?
Custard versus mustard.
Mr.
No.
Purple. or
Ketchup
Mr.
versus mustard.
No, that's
Galileo.
Professor Plum.
That's what I was thinking.
That's Professor Plum.
Who's Mr. That's Reservoir Dogs. I don't know.
Yeah. And you guys wanted to fuck Miss Scarlet from Clue?
Are we talking about the board game or the movie?
Either one.
I haven't seen the movie, but I have played the board game.
She was.
Yeah, I was right.
You
Galileo
haven't seen
did the
movie?
Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He did not, bro.
That's
He
impressive.
Italian science.
So he messed
Galileo Galilei.
it up. What did he just call him?
It's Galileo Galilei.
He
Oh,
made
so
that up.
he's the reason
He
it
literally
leans.
just put that into Wikipedia right now.
He's the
and he
reason
said-
it leans.
Well, he did the
He's
experiment
fat?
with the feather.
No, but like he didn't build it, but he's the reason it's the leaning tower.
No, that's just Italian
Can I see?
craftsmanship. It's garbage. See what? The Leaning Tower? That's an illustration.
No. I want to see the thing
Show
that
the
says
audience.
No, he
Galileo
didn't.
did
He
his
didn't
thing.
make.
Show
he
the
didn't
audience,
make.
too.
The audience.
Show the
doesn't
audience.
care.
According to the story, Galileo discovered through this experiment that objects fall with the same acceleration. Fuck you, Galileo.
Listen, I've been to the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah, nothing.
Garbage.
Yeah.
How about the
boring.
leaning tower?
I haven't
pussy?
even been there, but I could tell through pictures. It's lame as
It's
fuck.
boring. It's tiny and boring.
Kind of like yourself, Panucci.
Well,
Whoa, shots fired.
Shots fired.
well, Kyle.
I'm just kidding. Panucci's not boring.
Panucci, it's your turn. He's tall and.
Attractive.
See, he chose to be a pacifist. He's a nice guy. Kyle.
He's playing mind games right now. I know what he's doing. I know these
Just
tricks.
wait till you and Freddy leave.
I
See how
know
he treats
these
me.
tricks.
I do. I gotta tell you though,
How does he treat you when we're not here? Huh? Does he abuse you?
Panucci's, I gotta tell you, you go through life and you get lucky when you meet people, and I've been very lucky to have met Ryan Panucci, and I mean that in all honesty because this dick ain't gonna suck itself.
That's true.
So
It's so nice. You know what? I'm lowering your rent by $1.
wonderful.
Wonderful. He says every time you suck my dick, it
Wonderful.
goes down $1.
Wonderful.
Ah man, this is great though. When you guys do this podcast, that's making waves. I heard.
Yeah,
around,
yeah, for
around
sure.
the internet. What do you?
I was on YouTube the other day and I saw our newest video has 1 view.
Yeah. It might have been me just checking for my other
Yeah.
account by accident. Honestly, just
So-
to make sure it
Just
went
left
up.
it on.
What is when you do this podcast? What is like? Let's talk about.
Yeah, what's the formula
What is
here?
the formula that is gonna
just
make
trying
this?
to be funny.
We've been trying
Just
to come.
yeah.
Well, we haven't really been trying to
Yeah,
come
we
up
haven't
with a
done that
formula,
yet.
but
We'll
a
start
couple,
that at one
Yeah,
point.
let's.
We've
We'll
been
be funny
hilarious.
soon.
a couple times we've talked about coming up with a formula, and we just end up in people's backyards. So we don't really have
The
one
bi-
yet.
there's
but-
Oh, well, we're gonna murder you guys before you leave.
I was
for
gonna
sure.
say there's
Yeah.
been a lot of dead animals.
Well, that'll
that
make doing the
Panucci has
podcast
dug
from
up.
the future easier. If we're dead, who cares?
Someone's got to upload this.
Or
though.
someone will make a documentary about us.
That's right.
That'd be cool.
Can we talk about how young Daniel Ferrer?
Daniel Farrell.
How old are you?
Ferret?
Daniel
I
Ferrer.
turned 24 on Sunday.
24.
Sunday I turned
And
24.
Freddie Finnerty is how old?
Which one? What did you laugh?
The laugh. Yeah. I'm gonna be 27.
These are
on
what I'm
Monday.
trying to say. 27. He's
I'm gonna be
very.
27
They're
on
very
Monday.
youthful.
Is that real?
I'm so
27?
youthful, bro.
27 on
Panucci and I
Monday.
are old.
I don't even remember
I'm
being
so
either of
youthful.
those ages.
I wake up hard.
My dick
I'm so
still
youthful.
works.
Thank
you. Know?
you. That's what I was about to say. You see, I wake up ready to go.
Wait a
If
second.
only anyone knew about it.
What are you trying to say here?
I'm well. Show
Have
us
you
your
been
dick is
reading
what I'm
my
trying to
diary?
say.
Have you been talking to my therapist?
No,
We
I've
have
just
the same therapist, aka
I've just been around before
your
you wake up.
mom.
John Sorrell. John Sorrell is my therapist.
Yeah.
I talk to him when I'm.
How old are you, Kyle?
That
Dahl?
makes sense.
Are you ancient? How old are you?
I am.
38.
I'm younger than Panucci. I am 36.
Okay, I was close.
36.
And Panucci, what about you?
I will be 42.
You will be 42.
Really?
Yeah, like soon.
That
Yeah.
sounds
soon.
like you know something we don't.
Yeah.
I will
I
be.
will be 42.
I don't believe it. I think you're lying.
And when that happens,
He is. He doesn't. He look good. He's 42.
He does
He's
look
gonna
good.
be.
You
he
look good
will
for
be
42. I just assumed you were in your late 30s.
There's not much difference. I mean,
Yeah.
Kyle's basically 40.
Yeah.
I'm closer to 40
Look
than
at
I am
him.
30.
He hasn't
Yeah.
smiled in like
no.
6, 7 years.
It's been years. People, my students do say I don't smile a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like.
It's hard to smile when you're around
But then
kids.
you get wrinkles, bro. You don't want to make your face. You know, you got the good face on you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want wrinkles.
I don't like my teeth, and I want to get.
You got real.
I want to get a new set of teeth. They're expensive though.
Which
Brazil.
technically
Go
this
to
is your
Brazil.
second set though,
Go to Brazil.
right?
I know plenty of Brazilians who go down there, who go back home to
But
get
what
braces.
I've noticed is people who get new teeth, they look way too fake,
Yeah.
and then it's very distracting.
It's very obvious that it's fake.
It's obvious you have fake teeth.
Yeah.
So then get a Invisalign.
But my problem is I grind my teeth when I sleep. I wear
So then
night-
get a night guard.
I do have one, and I've worn it for years, but I did so much damage to it, and I don't feel like people like me.
I like you regardless
Thanks.
of your teeth.
Well,
I
but
have a-
not me,
I
but
hate
my
your teeth.
smile. So that's why I don't smile.
I have a night guard too, but it's a guy that stands outside my door.
His name's Trace.
Oh.
Whoa.
No comment.
No comment.
Next question.
Next question.
All right, so
What else would you have that's fake besides teeth? You want like fake eyeballs or something?
No, just the the teeth. I'm fine with every. It's just the teeth.
They get in the way.
They get.
But
yeah.
I'm saying if you could choose, like, would you change an arm? Would you change your
Oh,
eyes?
I-
would you
I,
change your hearing? What would you change?
Would you put on a shirt for the
Would you
podcast
put on
or?
a shirt or something, bro? Jesus Christ, you're sleeveless over here. What the fuck are you doing, bro? You look like you just came swimming. What are you doing?
I would just change my mindset,
He's like,
which I think
I'll change
everyone.
my
Nice.
emotional.
Well, I'd like to hear about maybe from. Let's start over here. What inspired y'all, as Dan Weiss would say? What inspired y'all to get into comedy?
No, do it in Dan Weiss's voice.
Oh, careful now.
do it in the
careful.
voice. Do the voice.
What is it? My first meal of the day, or is it my second meal?
Yeah, you're malnourished right now.
Lot
You're
of people
malnourished.
say
Dave.
this podcast.
first meal of
Oh.
day.
Everyone's getting canceled. You'll never hear me say anything foul about Dr. Dan Weiss.
Daniel-
Oh, you
Never.
you fuck-
Daniel,
I've never done it, and I never will.
Never done it.
public.
I will never do it. I love
Never,
the man.
I've
Daniel-
never heard you say anything.
I love him.
I only heard you talk about how sexy he is.
I will. What are you doing?
What is he doing?
What's that?
We have a soundboard, so I'm just making sure I know what buttons are which.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't
I
remember.
thought you were cutting my mic.
No, that's up here. That's up here.
Oh, gotcha.
These are
Just
just
disconnect.
sounds.
This is just a prop anyway.
Yeah.
Dan
What
Weiss.
do you,
I love Dan Weiss. I do. I will do any one of his shows.
I like Dan a lot.
He's
he
the
got
best.
upset at me
Dan
once.
Long.
He's the best. Talk if you want to. You want to have a deep conversation,
yeah.
Dan Weiss. Talk to him about like a '90s cartoon.
Oh yeah. He loves like
That's
Yeah.
all the shirts
He's
you
into
salute
it.
your shorts.
Oh, anything Nickelodeon. Bless him.
I remember the
Ren and
first.
Stimpy.
I remember the first time I jerked off to a Nickelodeon cartoon.
Yeah, when was that?
Wait, no,
It was a
which
couple
one
weeks
was
ago.
Yeah,
Wait,
Yeah.
which one?
that wasn't Nickelodeon. That was Nickelback.
You're right.
Yeah.
Nickelback
right.
has cartoons.
There was a song.
The band, he jacks off to the band Nickelback. Not the songs, the images of the
Just
keyboardist,
Chad Kroger,
I believe.
think that's his name.
The album covers.
I think that's his
You
name.
jack off to the album covers.
These kids are like, "What's a Nickelback? Let's have and then we'll cut right now,
Yeah.
and you'll play a little bit of a Nickelback song.
Okay.
then you'll
True.
share-
A music video.
Yeah.
We'll cut right now. A music video.
Yeah, and then Kyle comes back, and you can see Kyle's butthole.
Honestly, the hardest part about growing up and Nickelback being your favorite band was all the hatred.
Yeah, never having friends.
Never having friends. And my parents sent me.
Wait, were you
a-
guys Nickelback fans and
I-
like everybody hated
They were
them?
pretty decent. I mean, like they wrote a lot of good hits. I mean,
we're standing in line at clubs and never get
that was
in.
later though. I think, right?
That's
I think,
Rockstar. That shit was hard.
That one album
Yeah,
had
that's
a
when they
couple
sold
things.
out.
Yeah.
That's when they sold out. Get the fuck out of here. I used to be second grade listening to that shit on the way
That's
to
when they
to
became
school.
pop.
That's
now
so funny.
they're Canadian. I don't know if you knew this, Daniel.
You just say gay.
They're
No way.
the hardest part about joining Nickelback for the fellas in the band.
Is liking
was-
dick.
You had to cut your dick off.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Same with the Fray. You ever seen that band?
Yeah, for sure. That's
Alright.
they made didn't they make How to Save a Life? Or am I thinking about somebody
That
else?
was them. Matter of fact, I'm glad.
I don't like that song. It's so annoying.
I was
do not like
listening.
it.
I also hate that song.
I was
just like
listening
I
to
don't
that
like
the other
the
day.
I don't like the song. I think I thought I saw you. Whatever. That's me in the
which one is
corner.
that
Who the
one?
fuck is
No,
that?
Oh, they're the
okay,
greatest.
you need to
Yeah.
stop right now.
Yeah.
REM. Hold on a second.
That one song can suck my dick
Well,
hard.
Losing
as
My
hell.
Religion.
That's
you don't
probably
like?
one of their
Oh,
No,
that
yeah,
song
I
is
hate
good.
I hate losing my
Oh
religion.
no, that song is good.
Just because grammatically, I hate the phrase "I think I thought I saw you." I hate
I
that
think
so
I
much.
thought
It
I
it
saw you.
it just irks my brain. I autistically hate that song.
But do you understand that in that
I don't
song
think he says that.
He does.
he does.
but
I
also-
think I thought I saw you. Fucking, you're gay.
Okay.
That is the correct. He
That's-
actually is
Holy
gay.
shit, he does. say
Michael
that.
Stipe
he's
is gay.
bisexual. He actually dated Natalie Merchant from 10,000 Maniacs.
I don't know
but
who that is.
in that song, there's a lot
Plug.
of.
New
Shout
album,
out.
New album dropping.
My
Christmas.
mom knew Natalie Merchant. Do you know who that is?
no.
24-year-old.
Who is that? She sells things. She sells things.
She was
Natalie
a famous.
Merchant?
She is a
Oh,
famous
is she
singer.
a bitch?
But that band.
He's
that-
like, Freddie, I'll fucking
He's
kill
like,
you right
nice,
now.
nice.
Say something better again.
That band had song had a lot of contradictions. And by the way, Panucci, I don't like the fact that Freddie Finnerty is sullying the name of REM in our house.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm sitting next to him and you're not, because this could have got violent. This would have been.
This would have been like
This would have
Fishman
been a
versus
TikTok.
Okrella.
This would have been on
They're
TikTok.
they're
This
one of
would
my
have been like
favorite one of my
two fish
favorite
flopping
bands
around.
of all time.
REM?
I also
REM.
really like
And Panucci
REM.
loves him too.
Yeah.
What about REO?
REO Speedwagon?
Yeah.
Let's fucking rock.
They're
That's
they're
fucking wrong.
When I was a kid, I thought they were called Rio Speedwagon.
Yeah, I definitely said that.
I mean, that sounds cooler to me.
I like the
Rio.
pronunciation of
It's
each
faster.
letter.
It is faster, and that's what it spells. Everyone
Rio.
knows. Yeah.
Rio Speedwagon.
Yeah.
REO.
What if it was Oreo Speedwagon?
Now you're talking.
It sounds like something Nico Bowling did one time.
A drug combination. I did an Oreo Speedwagon by the
I did
dumpster
an
one time.
Oreo Speedway.
I don't think Nico Bowling does drugs.
No.
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 He
I don't
doesn't-
think he does either.
No, he doesn't.
He's a very religious man, actually.
He does love Oreos, though.
He loves Oreos.
He does.
He loves Oreos.
Who doesn't?
You
That
know-
guy walks around with pigeons in his hair and shit. I remember every month he has a new like fashion thing. You guys know that, right?
No, it's not every month. It's
Every so often though,
there's a conscious thread there in the changes.
he'll switch it up every so often though.
Yeah, it all
Like
it-
he didn't always come out with the spikes and the dog
No,
collars
but
and
that's
shit.
been consistent for a while.
A couple months. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's graduated to the collars, but it started with the spikes. It started with the rings, then it became the spikes on the wrist, and now it's the collar.
and the fingernails.
He's the Lady Gaga of the comedy scene.
Lady
Yeah.
Gaga.
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 Now, Freddie
Potato,
Finnerty,
potato.
Yeah.
what inspired you
Okay, yeah. This I forgot.
to get into comedy?
Why are we going on to me?
Now,
Ryan, we should have put the two redheads together. I don't know why
Freddie,
we
we
separated
all
them.
No,
know
I'm
your
sucking their energy.
soiree into cooking because he is a wonderful chef. But I'd
I've
like
never
to know.
tasted any of my food.
I've read reviews. I have many reviews.
We watched Off the Cuff.
I watched that one. I can't remember who it was, but they said they lifted up the plate and nothing moved.
Julie Baez.
Ah, Julie. Yeah. Anyway,
The risotto?
but I'm
the
sure it
risotto.
tasted good. But it didn't, like, she moved the plate and didn't. But
She damn near
Risotto
put it-
has
she
a
damn
lot
near
of
inverted
cheese in it, though.
Yeah, it's
What
got
was it
a
now?
lot of
Cheese-
pecorino romano, a
cheese
lot
will
of
stick.
cream.
Wait, what did you just say?
Pecorino romano.
That sounds like, is that the guy from Saturday Night Fever?
Pecorino, that's my uncle.
Yeah, for sure. Ryan
Uncle
Pecorino.
Pecorino Romano?
Uncle Pecorino.
Hey, Uncle
Pecorino
Pecorino.
Romano.
Yeah.
Ryan Panucci, I don't know if you know this, Daniel, but Ryan
I know
Panucci is a proud Italian.
Super proud.
Very
yeah.
proud.
Super proud.
And by proud,
Smells
So
like-
proud he never talks about it.
he beats women. He's so
He beats the
proud.
shit out of him.
Yeah.
That's why I'm single.
Yeah.
They only last about a week. They can only take a week of that.
I'd like to learn more about Ryan
At least they don't
Panucci's-
tell. At least they don't tell, right?
Ryan Panucci's love life. Ryan Panucci, you're
Well,
the
how
el-
long is
you're-
this podcast?
You're the
This
eldest.
podcast is 45. I think we have 2 hours left.
He is the
I think.
eldest
2 hours.
statesman here. What is the key to love in a relationship?
Definitely living separately.
Yeah. Separate rooms or separate?
No. Separate houses and preferably cities.
Separate spaces.
Separate
Never
places.
seeing each other, really.
Never really seeing each other.
Never
Never
having
talking.
sex.
Never having sex. Never talking, and pretending like you've never met them. I've been in relationships like this with a lot of a lot of people we all know. I'm currently in a couple of relationships like that with people we know that they don't know, but only I know.
It's good. Those are the best.
That's love.
Because
That's
then
love.
that way you can never be left.
Until I say so. Yeah.
If they
Yeah,
don't know
until
that
you
they're
say
with
so.
you,
Yeah.
then you leave on your own
You know what's
terms.
crazy though is I have all these relationships with head, but when I break up with them, I really break up with them in person. Like I'll send them a text message.
It's over.
and I'm like, listen, I can't see you anymore.
And they're like,
They're
who
like-
are you?
Yeah, that's
Like, how
exactly
did
what
you
it's
get
like.
my number?
Yeah, it's exactly what it's like. Yeah.
Like, I took it out of your phone. That's
Okay, so
How many-
basically what Ryan Panucci just said was
he loves from afar. He's a
Yeah.
gentle lover. That's
I
what he
shouldn't
said,
be
right?
allowed to live on my own.
that makes sense now.
What did
It
he
all
say?
makes sense.
What did Ryan say?
1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
Ryan's a good guy.
Serendipity is
Serendipity. What about you, Kyle? You know, you asking so many questions. What inspired you to start and then stop?
Yeah, let's hear about-
Start again?
Let's hear about your love life, doll.
Doll.
Doll head. You fucking.
Here's
What's
what,
up, dollhouse? That's
Well-
a good one, right? Come on, give me a fist bump. Thank you.
That's very good. This
Middle
is
school.
Panucci's house. What I find
Pecorino.
what I
Fuckhead.
find is you can't, and this goes for the both of you because you both are young, and you're gonna meet women and men, and I'm sorry. So you can't take things for granted, and when I say things, I just mean the little things for granted because this life only comes once, from what I've been told.
Yeah, I get that.
So I would say for me is appreciate the little things,
Like what?
like Panucci's penis.
Like me.
Okay. The little. the
God
little
damn.
Yeah.
All that.
He was waiting for me to. He was waiting for somebody. To
No,
So,
that was serious.
It was serious.
The
We
penis
really
was serious.
appreciate
Yeah.
your small Panucci penis.
I feel like
Pecorino
comedy
penis.
is like a defense mechanism for a lot of us. You know,
Only during
I'm
the
sure.
winter months.
Only during the winter months it
Yeah.
hibernates.
only when
Well,
I'm
yeah.
on my period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we learn
Do you have
about
to pull it out
periods
of its
tonight?
cave?
That Courtney Cox was the first person to say period on commercial television.
Yeah, you told me that.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
is
Shout
that
out
now?
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney
is,
Cox.
she's
Or as I like to
Great,
call her.
great set of
Ace
great
Ventura.
set,
Do
great
the
set of
punchline.
tits.
Do the punchline.
Which one?
The Courtney Cox punchline.
I don't know.
Ah,
I remember it.
let's do it.
Courtney Pussy.
It's Courtney vaginas.
Courtney
Oh, that.
Courtney Pussy.
Yeah.
Courtney Pussy.
Courtney Vagina. Courtney Penis. That's what. Oh, sorry. I
So
ruined it.
you guys are young, and I've said this to people.
I'm a little young. I'm a little young.
In the past 10 years,
All right.
what movies do people quote nowadays? People don't quote movies anymore.
No, they
when we
don't.
were growing up
That's a good
in the
point.
No,
90s, and he's wearing.
quoting movies is a dying art
It's
form.
done because nowadays the youth, which I'm around quite often,
Yeah.
the youth.
No,
Too
but,
often,
no,
if you ask me.
but
A little-
honestly,
They quote
no.
often.
But people quote movies when they get older and have seen
Yeah.
the movies to quote. Whereas kids in high school, they don't know what they're
They
fucking
quote
doing.
TikTok.
They
I was
quote
about to say, we quote
'cause
memes
that's
and
what's-
shit.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what's important to them at that age.
But what do you think? Do you think that? What do you think about that?
I think it's beautiful. I think that the new generation is taking over, and now we can look at a Shrek meme and laugh.
But
from
is
across the
that?
room.
Do you think?
I
that's
can look
be-
at Shrek with big set of tits and be like, huh, nice.
But is that better creatively that
Yes.
we're quoting a 10-second clip instead of like a well thought of movie script with movie dialogue?
I would probably say I'm more in your camp because movies take a lot longer and have a lot more moving parts. And when like a million things come together to create a piece of work that we can all appreciate, that means more than someone who took, like, I've made TikToks. It takes 5 minutes.
Now, are you guys talking about clocks?
That would really upset Captain Hook. So
That's a good movie.
thank you. Now it's funny because we've been really into the. We're
Listen,
really
don't touch me.
Don't
Have I
fucking touch
talked to
me,
you
dude.
since I've watched the original Bad News Bears?
No, I told you
Yeah.
to watch it.
Yeah, I
told me
did.
that.
You-
It was so. I told him about
so
Yeah,
it.
he
good.
told me about it, and I
It's
was
so
like, damn.
good.
Can I tell the
Yeah,
the,
say
t-
it, yeah.
the person
The people
watching,
in my yard.
the people
The gnomes.
No, if you were to go, if you and I'm serious, if you go back and look at a movie and you want to see a certain time in America, like an American movie, you watch the original Bad News Bears. Not only is it a funny movie, but it puts you back in a time.
It encapsulates the
And
70s.
it encapsulates the 70s and Little League, and not just baseball, but I mean the coaches are drinking and smoking heaters in the dugout.
That's good.
The parents are hitting the kids.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what happened back then, and it's and
Kids
the,
are cursing
and the language,
throwing out
they're
racial
all,
slurs.
Yeah, and
Sounds like a good movie.
It was a better time, is what I'm trying to tell you. Amen,
Okay.
hallelujah.
Yeah, hallelujah. Did you ever watch Porky's?
I seen it. Yeah.
You don't like that one as much as Bad News Bears?
No, I think when I was younger, Porky was kind of dirty.
It's super dirty.
Yeah, and it's offensive now.
It's, yeah.
If you were to watch it now, there's things in that movie I would not put in a movie nowadays.
No, I saw it a couple years ago, and I was like, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, there's a couple things in this movie. They blow up balloons. The kids blow up balloons and start like they put it as like a dick and like
Mr.
poke the
Moral
girl's
High
ass with it and
Ground.
shit. Stuff like that.
Crazy, right? He's full of shit.
Yeah,
What
no,
are they fucking
I
speaking
realized
about?
that.
Yeah. But people at home don't.
I wouldn't put that in movies nowadays.
It is just this is
But I'm glad you watched.
reprehensible.
I'm glad. Back to the Bad News Bears. It really is. People.
It's so funny.
It's so the original,
It's
not
so
the Billy
funny.
Bob Thornton one. The original Walter Matthau, who's so good in that movie.
He's so good.
So good in that movie. And the girl, the name escapes mine. The girl.
She
who's the
fucking calls
pitcher.
him Boilermaker the whole
Yeah.
film.
And Kelly Leak,
Spot on.
Jackie Earl Haley, the guy who plays Kelly Leak, so good. It's such a good. Have you ever seen it? The original.
No, he told me to watch it after you told him to watch it. So I'm
Yeah.
No, I told you to watch it after I watched it.
like, oh, there you
Now
go.
they did make a couple sequels, which the first sequel when they went to the Astrodome was good. The second one when they went to Japan was very bad. Kind of like when Mr. Miyagi went back to Japan to visit his lost.
That was
love.
the second.
This is like-
that
this
was
is
the
like-
second one.
This is like retarded Siskel and Ebert.
I like the second one when Daniel's son fucking breaks through the ice blocks. That was fucking.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they had a second
They
fucking
made
movie.
That was cool.
It's based on a true
They
story.
They made like four of
Yeah,
them?
well,
It was based on.
actually,
Yeah.
they made 3 with Danielson, and then do you know who
The
starred?
third one with Danielson sucked.
Was bad.
And the fourth
Wait,
one
Do you know who was
sucked
the?
worse.
Do you know who was the Karate Kid in the fourth one?
Some dumb
Was
bitch.
it Jaden Smith?
She's a famous actress.
Oh.
I don't know who she is.
Her name is Hilary Swank,
Hillary Swank.
and she was
I know
in
the
it-
name. Don't know the bitch.
She was in $1 Million Baby, the Clint Eastwood shitty movie where she dies at the end. Spoiler alert.
Oh,
She's a boxer, and well, like any woman who tried boxing, she died at the end.
God damn, dude.
But it
she
really
got
was.
hit with an uppercut straight to heaven, huh?
Yeah, but she was also in a movie called Boys Don't Cry, which isn't true because,
Because I
every
cry
night.
all the time.
as Panucci can tell you, I do cry every night. But she's a good actress, but that movie was terrible. The Karate Kid 4, I believe.
You know what's crazy is
That's crazy.
Yeah,
you ever heard of
well, there's
crying
5.
yourself to sleep?
Yes, crying yourself to sleep.
Kyle cries himself awake.
That's
I
how he
can,
wakes
I
up.
can
She's
understand
so
that.
sad.
Which is
I can
crazy.
appreciate that as a teacher. I appreciate that.
Which wakes me up.
Can we?
So do you lecture to your
'Cause
kids
he's in
about
my
like
bed.
bad stuff? Do you go into class and then you're
We're
like,
gay.
"Hey kids, this happened to me," blah 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 blah. And you start crying to them.
Yes. Well,
You start crying to your
Freddy-
children.
I've subbed for
Yeah.
like gym teachers, and
Yeah.
I've seen like gym
What?
teachers. There's always like 3 or 4 of them. So if you're subbing for a gym teacher, there's always another one around because there's like in gym classes there's usually 2 teachers to cover like half the kids each.
Yeah.
So I've seen what gym teachers do. He
Nothing.
just holds court every day.
Oh, you just talk shit, huh?
Now,
So-
Kyle, let me ask you a question though. Is subbing for a gym teacher, that means blowing him, right?
Yeah,
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I
or
was.
her,
That's what that is. Yeah.
or her.
Oh, I thought you said gym teacher.
Oh, a
Something
teacher named
Jim.
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 A Jim.
Jim the teacher
Jim the
at,
teacher.
at
Jim the teacher.
Kyle's work.
He's a cool guy.
We all know Jim.
Kyle,
We all know
aka
Jim.
Kyle, aka Jim.
Yeah.
But I will say,
Kyle's
We
middle
know
name
Jim
is
a little
Jim.
too well.
Yeah.
because Freddie can attest to this. Like students know, like when you're not feeling good, and they're like, "What's going on with you?"
Yeah.
And like they'll call you out and be like, "Why are you like?"
Why are you depressed?
Yeah, they will say that, and I tell them all the time when because
They're like, "You're 12, loser."
They're like,
Get the
I'm
fuck
following my dreams.
they'll tell me.
out." Yeah, I'm an adult. Kid.
I tell my students, I say, "You guys keep working hard. One day you'll be as successful as me," and they laugh when I say that because they
They start crying.
yeah, they say you
He
sell.
said, "Listen, if you
You
kids,
sell candy bars.
if you
what-
kids
yeah.
keep working, one day, you will live with Ryan Panucci." That's what he said.
But I tell them, I say, you know what helps me when I'm feeling down? Alcohol. And I tell them that every day. I really do.
Here,
You
so
should tell them that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Freddie.
sorry.
Yeah,
You got a mean hook there.
I'm a hound.
For those
I
of you,
like doing that.
Oh,
I like
this is the
cheersing
ad
people
break.
over cheersing.
White Russians.
Brought to you by White Russians.
No, these aren't Russians. These are
Yeah, but the
Ryans,
audience
white-
doesn't know that.
White Ryans.
White
Yeah,
Ryans.
these are
White
White
Ryans.
Ryans.
Right, right.
Quick, can we name a Ryan who's not white? Quickly, who can name the
Ry-
first?
Ryan Howard,
Um,
Philadelphia Phillies.
Ryan
there we go.
Howard.
Yeah.
I knew you could
Howard.
do it quickly. Ryan Howard. He was a good first
That's
baseman.
football.
Are you a baseball fan?
I'm not. I don't really watch any sports, honestly. I'm kind of a
I don't
pussy.
I don't know if the
Besides
crowd. I
UFC.
don't know if the crowd knows this, but I was a Division I college athlete
Let's go.
and academic All-American.
Dick
Mhm.
one.
All right.
Yeah.
And now you're a teacher.
And now look at me.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played baseball all my life, and now I coach. I've been a coach for 12 years.
Yeah, you be hitting heaters on the high school fucking stadium.
I know.
Stadium in quotation marks.
I've never smoked a cigarette. I do like cigars, though. I gotta tell you.
I like
You
cigars.
should
yeah.
aim for a kid. You should hit a ball into a kid, and you probably won't get in trouble for that, right?
I've thrown balls at students
Okay.
in class,
Well, that's crazy.
Like, and then I like turn
Cur-
around
and then
like
it-
who threw that.
and then you're like, that was a curveball. That wasn't my fault. You were over there, and I threw it this way. You,
Yeah. Sometimes it gets away from me. When I throw BP, I've hit kids because it gets away from you sometimes.
What's like the
You get
worst
too
thing you've done
excited.
to a kid where you're like,
Oh, well, he can't say that.
I made a
wait, did you just say BP for baseball practice?
BP.
That's crazy.
No, it's batting practice.
Batting practice.
That's what they call BP.
Okay.
I did make I made a student cry once, and I felt so good about it because
He broke up with her.
that was such a good layup.
I feel like would this be a good time to tell that Duffy story? That's a funny story.
I'll tell it.
Would you want to tell that story?
I've already told it twice tonight.
So on YouTube, this is flagged not for children, and it's labeled as a comedy podcast.
So does that mean yes or no? I don't know what you're saying.
That's up to you.
Oh, I have
story's up to
nothing.
you.
I have nothing to lose.
It's
I'm,
not a
I'm
bad
just
story.
letting you
Right.
know that's how this is marketed
Hey,
on
you already told
YouTube
me inside already. I
for
think.
your own whatever the fuck.
All right, this is not about the Boynton Beach Duffies. It's a different Duffies.
That's it. All right, yeah, hell yeah. Random
sure.
Duffies, it's a Duffies.
It's not even.
There's plenty of them.
There's
this
a lot
is
of
a story.
Duffys.
So
There's probably more than one in Boynton.
this did not happen at the Boynton Beach Duffies. Me and Dr. Kyle Dahl were walking into
PhD.
a different Duffy's. We were traveling.
It may not have even been a Duffy's.
No,
It's
because you
probably
guys,
not even-
because you guys are road comics. You're in
It was like
restaurants
Miller's.
all the time,
It was
bars
a-
and restaurants.
It was a Duffy's-esque establishment.
Duffy's-esque, Flanagan's-esque.
Yeah,
Could have been
yeah.
a Hooters. I don't know.
Could have been anything. You were so who knows?
And it was definitely not in Boynton Beach. And so we walk in, and I go, Jesus, Kyle, look at the, and I'll say breasts, because that's not what I said. I'll say, look at the breasts on this gal
Chicken.
here.
That's very sophisticated
Yeah.
of you.
And I was like, she's super hot. And then we opened the second door because there's 2 doors. We opened the second door, and she looks up and goes, "Coach Dahl?" And it was a Santa Lu.
Yeah. Just. Okay, that was good.
Anyway,
Definitely not anywhere around here.
It was in St. Petersburg. This
St.
happened in St. Petersburg.
It happened
to be
St. Augustine,
no.
actually.
I mean, it was one of Kyle's students.
she's a
That's what
junior
it was.
at the
No,
time.
but she happened to be at that bar.
Drink.
I think she was on the clock. I don't think she was old enough to be working the bar, Panucci. But
The more
Professor
I got her
Pepperino.
phone number.
we did get the
So-
phone.
Nice.
You got a phone number.
Thank you.
Now,
As you should.
Freddie Finnerty, who has done a lot of
Freddie
substitute
Finnerty
teaching.
has picked up many money.
When he was
I did it for a
subbing,
year, yeah.
people thought you were, even staff probably thought you were a student.
No, that's actually 100% true. There was
Yeah.
one time I walked up to an administrator and I was like, I need somewhere to heat up my lunch or whatever the fuck. Like, is there like where's the teacher's lounge, or is there a microwave near here? And it was lunchtime for the students, and she looked me up and down. She's like, yeah, there's a microwave in the teacher's lounge for fucking teachers.
Yeah.
And I was wearing my substitute badge. I'm like, I'm a substitute. She immediately apologized, and
I thought she was gonna call the principal and be like, some student fucking
I think
stole
she
a
was the
badge.
You know,
principal.
I've done something like that where like a sub, I didn't know she looked very young, and I thought she was a student, and she wanted to go in to the building I was manning at the time.
I've also had that happen.
And I was like, "What do you need?" And she's like, "I need to go." I'm like, "Why?" Because that's how I would talk to her.
That's how I talk to
No,
an underage person. Why?
when you're a seasoned teacher, you
Yeah.
just talk to them like they're dumb. Like,
Yeah.
why?
And she's like, "I'm subbing." I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I said, "You look very young." I'm so sorry.
That
I'm so
is-
sorry, you're actually beautiful.
That's like 7 out of 10 of
Yeah.
my interactions.
But I was very
and,
mean to her.
The other 7 or the other 3 were because they guessed me before as being a student, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I remember you. Come on in."
Who can forget the face of Freddie Finnerty?
Nobody.
Which I
Nobody.
believe is what the Triple F podcast stood for. The face of Freddie Finnerty.
Yeah, actually, that's why they had to change it.
I was just
They had to
doing the
rebrand.
math.
There's a
Face
few
of
other
Freddie
letters
Finnerty.
that
Yeah,
they
there was
dropped.
something. It was. They're a big fan of brevity.
Brevity.
Yeah, they are.
If you're on the whole brevity thing, I love
El
the Big
Duderino.
Lebowski. Panucci and I are big Lebowski fans.
Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski fans.
The dude.
And to me, when we're talking about movies and writing, like that movie, if you were to watch have you seen The Big Lebowski?
Oh yeah.
I've seen it, but it's been a
So
while.
a lot of people, if you were to watch
Brilliant.
that, you think a lot of it is ad lib. All of it was scripted,
Written out, yeah.
Written out, and those Coen brothers, very
They're
good
pretty
writers,
cool.
very good writers.
Jews.
They were
You know,
also
what's
Takes
funny?
away a little bit, but it's all
You know
good.
what's funny about the Coen brothers is that you know the Garfield movie.
yeah.
with
this
Bill
is a funny
Murray?
story.
I know- yeah, yeah,
this-
yeah.
I know
With
the
Bill
story.
Murray?
It's
Do
a
you
great
know the
story.
story?
I don't
Tell
think
him.
so.
It's great.
This is
So Bill Murray was thrown the script for the Garfield movie with the animated cat where Bill Murray plays Garfield.
Yes, I know. I know the movie. Yeah.
So he was thrown the script, and it was written by a guy named Joel Coen. And so he assumed that it was written by the Coen brothers because one of the brothers is named Joel Coen.
Yeah. That's why.
And so he signed on
the
for
only
it just
reason
because
why.
he heard the name Cohen. And then he's doing the film and he finds out it's not the Coen brothers. It's some other guy who has the same name as one
well,
of the
and I
brothers.
I mean, he still got probably like $2 million.
Oh, he got
and,
more than that.
Yeah,
he got
and,
way more than that.
and it was like what?
And there was a
week of
sequel.
work?
The first movie was so
And I think-
successful.
I loved those movies as a kid.
He was like,
honestly.
"Fuck it."
I think he also said like when he saw, he's like, I didn't think they would do something like this, but
Yeah, probably.
but that's why that was the main
I never
reason
would have
why-
thought
yeah.
they did something like this, but let's do it.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
He's like, I love lasagna, actually.
Do people
so
like
dumb.
podcasts like this?
No, I
No.
don't think
Okay.
so.
All right, I
I
was
think
just-
everyone.
No.
Yeah.
I think this pops up on their feed and they dislike it and they block
I
us
just
and-
don't. I don't listen to podcasts. I've never watched a podcast I've ever been on. I don't listen to any podcasts.
Now
I
you've
don't
been
get
on.
it.
He's
No,
been,
but
now
this isn't for
it,
this isn't for guys like us.
You never rewatch your Joe Rogan Experience podcast?
it sounds like
I've seen it. I just don't like. It's not something I regularly do. Is
it sounds like a
podcasts.
humble brag because Panucci has been on several podcasts.
That's what I'm saying.
I've never
So-
He
watched
went on
any
the
of
Joe
them.
Rogan, I think. the
No,
other day.
because we're not subscribers. We're producers.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh,
all of us.
yeah.
We've all
Yeah.
done comedy. We'll fucking make stuff.
Yeah, man, we're cool.
I just can't
Wow,
stand
we're different,
anything
huh?
I do. I hate everything I do, and I don't like watching myself.
No,
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to
let's
watch
dig into
it. That's
that
fine.
a little bit.
Let's dig into
Let's
that.
get
a
into
little
this.
Let's
Panucci,
therapy.
Why do you feel like a loser?
Follow-up
man?
question.
Why don't you like yourself?
Why do you think your dick is so small? It's not that small.
I don't mind myself. I just think that like what I do. Are you talking about my comedy or just in general?
Now, why don't you like watching
Don't
yourself?
fucking
We're
touch
talking
it.
I'll be back.
All right. We're talking
Is
about
it-
your height, Ryan.
What was the question?
Why don't you like people?
I'll take one. Are you making them?
I'll take one. Freddie.
Yeah, oh
Finnerty.
my God, he's gonna run out of hands.
Freddie Finnerty's a waiter.
Yeah.
In his off season.
Someone's got to get the
We're
door.
gonna-
It's gonna be hard for him. Dan, you got to get a door. I'm telling you, it
he
sticks.
works at
It
restaurants.
sticks.
He works
It
at
sticks.
restaurants.
It sticks. One time, you know why it sticks? I'll tell you. Well, that's a whole nother thing.
Tell us why it's.
That's a whole nother thing.
Oh, I know why.
Because you have a lot of range.
Does it involve? No.
No, actually, there was
'Cause
a
you
nice.
come really far.
Never mind. We won't get into that. What was the
Well,
question?
I have you two alone now. Look at this.
Yeah, I
So
know.
let's talk about Freddie Finnerty.
Let's
for
talk
a
about
second.
Let's
Freddie
talk
Finnerty.
behind
He's
his
not
back.
here,
Yeah,
and
behind
honestly,
his back.
He's kind of a
Daniel,
pussy.
I've watched on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've watched
every episode.
your podcast,
Thank
and
you.
he's kind of holding you back.
He is a little
Panucci,
bit.
You know
do
what
you
I
think?
do? You know what I do? I video record their podcast on a VHS, and then I cut the film out where Freddy talks, and I glue it back together with just Daniel.
Thank you so much. That's what I've been trying to do this whole time. Actually, I have a whole other Instagram account where I only upload videos of me and Freddie's not in it, and that one's actually blowing up right now.
That's what I figured.
The ones with me and Freddie are just
Blowing.
straight down, but the ones just with me alone, just
it's
talking
it's
to myself.
uncomfortable with him out here and not wanting to talk about how much nobody likes him.
Yeah,
As
that's because that's what we're all trying to get
not
to.
just as a comic, but as a person.
as
He's
a
Yeah.
not-
person. And as a redhead. Just,
Yeah.
you know, no
he
offense.
gives
but
redheads a bad name.
He gives redheads a bad name.
And we've-
because you like yeah.
until
but
I
he's-
met
he's just-
met Freddie Finnerty, I've never seen or heard such vitriol
Yeah.
towards redheads.
Yeah,
I didn't know- I
He
didn't
brings it
know-
out. He brings it.
I
out.
didn't know Children of the Corn was a documentary.
I saw that the other day. Actually.
The documentary.
You thought you were watching, but you actually picked up Freddy.
I picked up
What
Freddie.
is the
He's
hardest-
just looking at me the whole time I'm
What is
driving.
the hardest part about having to work with Freddie Finnerty?
Really, he's all over me. He's just touching me all the time. He's
He-
always
he's
when the
very
camera's not
handsy.
on.
On
he's-
camera? Oh my God.
He's just trying to suck me off and stuff. When the
Wow.
camera's not on, I'm like, Freddie, sit right there, Freddie. I gotta like tell him what to do, right? That's why he's over there making drinks. He's kind of like,
All right, real question though.
Tell
If
me.
you could be sucked off by any male
Anyone of you three?
comedian in the scene,
oh fuck.
A, would it be Freddy? And B,
Dan
if not,
Weiss.
who would? Hell yeah. You into some kinky shit. Holy
male
shit.
comedian.
Yeah, it has to be male. Because the answer to female is all.
Yeah, true. Who's got the? It might be Freddie. Who's got the tightest mouth? You think?
that what
John
you want?
Applebaum to me.
John Applebaum probably. I'm not trying to get too gay. I was gonna say
am.
he's probably got a wet mouth. I was
Let's
gonna
get
say.
fucking real
Who's got
gay.
a wet mouth?
So you would go
'Cause
by.
that's what matters. to
So
me.
you would go by like shape or wetness of mouth, whereas overall feminine
Honestly,
complexion.
Maybe I'll just give a couple of them a try and see who's the best. because
Name your
really,
top 5 male comedians in the scene you would receive head by.
Freddie Finnerty, Kyle Dahl, Pecorino.
Pecorino.
Anyway,
That's
my
you,
uncle.
faggot.
Oh, Freddie Finnerty's back.
Oh wait, yeah.
Thank you, Freddie.
And yeah, and Freddie's jokes do always
Professor
land.
Pecorino, that's you.
Anyway, God, remember how
Freddie is the funniest out of us.
Which
four.
one is which now?
the podcast?
I think
was
this
going
one's
This
so
one
good
was
when he
m-
wasn't
I think
here.
this one
This
was
was
mine.
mine because that's my cup. It has my name
I think
on
I
it.
also gave Fred. No,
This
it does
one-
it. I also gave Freddie a cup like that.
Oh, did you?
This
Yeah.
was mine.
Oh, you did.
'Cause that was
this
not
could
mine.
be Freddie's.
This could be Freddie's. Wait,
That was your glass.
This
was
was mine.
mine.
This one's mine.
This
everyone
one's
had their
mine.
own glass. We did that on purpose.
A hot Cuban girl gave me
Freddie,
these.
let's catch Freddie up to speed.
Glasses.
We were talking to Daniel Frere about his top 5 local male comedians he would let give him a blowjob.
Not let, force.
Warren Scott, Warren Scott,
Definitely
Warren
not
Scott,
let.
Warren Scott, Warren Scott.
Interesting. You have a thing for older men.
No,
He's
those
like
those
3
were
times
hits.
your height.
I apologize. Yeah.
Thank you, Freddie, for.
I was gonna say you two would be
thank you
awkward.
very
He'd
much,
like
Freddie.
flip.
They
you
are a
upside
little
down.
strong, but I tried to even them out a little bit.
That's cool. This podcast needs a little bit of an ump if you
You know who I
ask
bet
me.
would be good at blowing
This
people?
has been hilarious.
Rob
This has
Allard.
been awesome.
Why?
I don't know. I just have a feeling he would be really good at it because Rob is a very. What's the word I'm looking for? He's
Flamboyant?
Charismatic.
He's but he's flamboyant. But
I was gonna
he's
say
also
funny.
he gives it his all.
He
You can
gives it
Did I
his
tell.
ever
all.
tell
He
you?
gives it
Did
his
you
all.
suck
ever?
the shit
Did
out
you
of
ever
you.
hear about what he did in the Air Force?
No.
Which is an awesome precedent.
How many guys were involved?
So I had to roast him, and so I was doing my research, and I found this on his Facebook page. In the Air Force, he was part of this group called Tops and Blue, and Tops and Blue is a group in the Air Force that does show tunes for different Air Force bases. So you're basically a hat and fucking cap, la la da 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 performer,
Oh.
and you just go around performing for other fucking Air Force bases, and it's like, and he was telling me about it after I did the jokes. He was like, nobody's ever found this out about me. This is incredible. You did your research.
That's so funny.
And he was telling me that like 90% of the guys who join him are fucking gay as shit.
Well, this leads me to something.
100 if you include Rob.
I love Rob. I love Rob. But this is kind of a cool thing because you said show tunes. I feel like we could go around and say something that people wouldn't expect about us. Now, myself, I'm a
Okay.
big fan of musicals,
Okay.
and I know the words.
No, I
Panucci
can
knows
tell.
this.
I
What's-
can tell. I can tell.
What's your favorite musical?
Even though it's technically not a musical, it's
High
a
School
rock.
Musical?
Kyles and Dolls.
It's a
What?
Kyles and Dolls.
What's the? I don't.
that a play on the
I
Because
assume that's a spin on a name,
on
but I don't
Guys
know
and
the
Dolls. He's trying to be funny.
Guys and Dolls.
Help me.
Well, he's just
if I don't get laughs, I weaken.
So
he's just showing me he knows more about musicals than I do.
Yeah.
Oh my God, twice as gay as you are.
That's what I was about to say. It's super gay.
That's
you two. How
pretty
many musicals do you guys go to and
That's
hold
pretty
hands at?
fucking gay.
Well,
You guys-
0, but we do
Have
go
you
to a
looked
lot
at
of
me?
musicals. Well, listen.
Jesus Christ Superstar, Les Miserables. Even though Jesus Christ Superstar, as we
The
all
Book
know,
of Mormon.
is a rock. I saw that on Broadway. It's very
I
good.
still need to see that.
Now, why isn't Les Miserables pronounced Les Miserables?
because it's French.
You should watch. You know what?
I think you misspoke. It's because it's gay.
Correct.
You should
he said
watch
French.
the Attack on
Yes.
Titan Broadway show or musical.
Oh yeah, that is a
Have
thing.
you seen that?
So
No, I haven't watched Attack on Titan.
Oh, true.
I love musicals. So Panucci, something we wouldn't know about you.
Something you wouldn't know about me.
Okay, so that's your little fun secret.
Yeah.
You're a baseball coach who loves musicals.
Yes.
I
children.
am not actually a comedian. I am working with the police in an undercover sting operation to prove that Drew Illa beats women. And crazy enough, I want to say that last
Such
week.
a specific sting.
Yeah, no. I want to say last week at Subculture Brewing in
Well, if
Delray
this
Beach.
impedes in your investigation, this won't
No,
be
it's,
out
the
until
investigation
November.
is closed. The investigation is closed. Last, he was made at Subculture Brewing. Is it brewing? Brewing in Delray Beach. We got
Coffee.
him. We got him. We got what we needed to, and he is currently awaiting trial, and that is real.
That is real. Holy shit.
Incredible.
Free Drew.
Yeah. I'm gonna post a black square on my Instagram.
I don't know if
that's true.
everybody knows this, but I'm white and I support black people.
Okay, it sounds
Yeah.
like he's trying to convince himself on that
I'm
one.
white and I
He's
support
trying
black
to
people.
I think that's the surprising thing we wouldn't know about Freddie Finnerty.
That's his mantra.
I
He
support
just keeps
black
saying
people.
it when he goes to sleep. He's
All right, so what he said. Now, what else about you, Freddie? We wouldn't have guessed about Freddie Finnerty.
I'm 27. I don't know.
What when you go to sleep at night and you say, "Man, I really hope no one finds that out." Yeah. Well, what would it be?
I thought we were gonna say it at the same time, Kyle.
We almost did.
You guys should
When I
kiss.
said I'm gay.
guys should
I wanted to
kiss.
say it at the same time and then make out with him.
to me, to keep making
he got nervous.
This is I find
Stop fucking touching me.
I'm warning you, dude.
all right. Let's go to Daniel. Daniel,
go to me?
something while Freddie thinks about it and ponders it.
Yeah, I'm
What
pondering
is something
right
the
now.
audience and the people here may not know about you.
You guys should You guys should like
What they
add
may not
applause
know about
right
me?
there.
I have laughter tracks.
You got to put that in.
I'm
I gotta
trying
remember
really
which one
hard
it is.
not to make out with all three of you right now. I think
Okay.
There we go.
that's what the audience may not know about.
It's
me.
this one.
They knew that.
You're all very
It's this
attractive
one.
men.
What's
I think
that
we all
mean?
guessed that.
Did you all guess
at
that
one
already?
point.
They're going through the soundboard right now.
Did you just turn my mic off?
No.
Finally, we've all been waiting.
I know, Jesus.
Here.
All been
It's been
waiting
off
for
the
it.
whole entire time, actually.
Oh, do I get to do this?
Yeah, you can just listen. Yeah, that's what you're
It's
gonna do.
well, it's a little low right now.
So this is how bored the people will be.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Close your eyes.
No, the person.
There we go.
Close your eyes real
The
quick.
person, the one person. Close your eyes and imagine you're in a studio. Yeah.
Ryan.
Now welcoming Professor Pecorino.
And thank you, Johnny Carson.
It is Johnny
welcome.
Carson
He doesn't
vibes.
know who Johnny Carson is.
Of course
I've
he
met him.
does.
I know him.
He
You-
died before you were
John
born.
I know
Carson?
him.
When
I
did he
met
die?
him before.
Johnny Carson. He probably
Yeah.
died in maybe around 2000.
See, you don't know, liar. This is what you do with your
When
children.
were
You
you-
lie to them.
It's
I
really
lie all the
strange.
time.
Yeah, true.
It
I
is
do,
because
but-
you hear
I met
how
him in
it's
an
gonna
airport.
sound.
It's
Did
like
you really?
No, fuck no.
I have
don't even know what it
super
is.
hearing.
What?
I can hear your thoughts.
What am I thinking right now?
Oh, Kyle.
I hope no
Dahl.
one knows that I'm
He
gay.
wants to go to Publix.
To get what?
Pinwheels.
Pinwheels are my favorite.
You like
You like
pinwheels?
I love pinwheels.
You're a piece of shit.
Hey,
What?
I'm with you though. Pinwheels
He
are
doesn't
good.
like
Pinwheels?
REM or Pinwheels.
Why don't
I
you
think
like
you guys should
Pinwheels?
fight to the death.
Because I feel like they're
First of all,
I feel like they're a white
You're
trash.
a fucking pinwheel, Freddy.
You're not letting me state my. You ask me my point, and then you just immediately talk over me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I feel
Pinwheel.
like they're a white trash purchase.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something about pinwheels.
I'll listen.
Not only do they taste delicious, but
They're round.
And they're nutritious.
the round and the effort that someone put into them, obviously.
A Haitian woman.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's correct.
After she went to a
Wait.
yard sale. Now the thing is, here's the thing. You don't like REM.
Still felt good.
Yeah.
You don't like
It feels
REM.
awesome.
So I just pushed
And
that.
he doesn't like pinwheels.
Yeah.
That's a
so
double
one of them's
whammy.
a sick
REM
guitar
is good.
riff.
You know the song Orange Crush? Is that a good song?
one of them
Orange
is
Crush
jazz
is not my
sound.
favorite.
Wait, we can't
My
talk
favorite.
over each other. It's crazy in my fucking ears.
It really is
You
insane.
have to stop that.
Fred-
That's
You
what
didn't hear
half
his
of the
pin-
pod. That's what half the podcast has been.
You didn't hear his pinwheel argument,
Half the
Freddy.
podcast.
We're only a third of the way through.
Yeah, we're 10 minutes in right now.
We're at 52.
So
52 nuts in your mouth.
Woo! How many can you fit like a chipmunk?
I love that.
there's been a lot of sexual innuendos made.
This whole thing is just us being
You know
gay
who
to
else
each other.
makes a lot of sexual innuendos? My mom.
Yeah, you guys don't know where that's from?
No.
Pussies.
No, they're old.
What is it from?
Yeah, no, don't even
It's
tell.
from-
Don't even
so
tell.
there's this
Keep-
show.
explain.
Is that a
this-
TikToker?
There's this
No.
Cartoon Network show that was like back when I was in high school called Regular Show, and they had this one character called Muscle Man, and that was his ongoing bit throughout the whole series is that he would repeat things that people would say,
Yeah.
and it would like sound like you're about to make a your mom joke, but then he would say, "My mom."
You know who else is really fat and ugly? My mom. That's what literally he would say shit like that, and then
Yeah.
you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, and he would
Do you
take his
remember
shirt
when we
off,
were
whip it
kids
around, and be
and
like,
No, yeah, woo! No, it's hey.
programming was entertaining.
And there was good shows on
It
it.
was a good show.
Yeah.
That's
It was
really
a
good
great-
writing. You guys want to talk about
honestly, it was
writing?
a great show.
You guys want to talk about writing?
They called
That's
it-
good
yeah.
writing. Okay,
Yeah.
It
set
was
up.
great writing for us.
Listen. Set
Maybe they
up.
could have wrote a better name for the show.
Set up and then
No,
twist.
because it was supposed to be like
Right?
it was supposed to be like meta. It
Very
was
meta.
meta in
Yeah.
nature.
Meta.
Like they worked for this park and they would be like, guys, we need
Meta
a
sounds like
raise.
something I want to put on my salad.
Yeah.
Put a little meta on that.
Yeah.
Little meta,
Yeah.
little feta,
Meta cheese.
little meta feta better.
This is what I was going
Little
for. there.
meta feta makes my salad better.
Let's do this. Freddie Finnerty. Who is
Let's do this. Let's all take off our clothes real quick.
Freddie is a
He's halfway there.
is a
Yeah, I know.
nutrition or a food aficionado.
Sure, yeah, whatever.
Freddie,
Food,
what
yeah.
are top 5 favorite foods to cook? Not like meal, but like if I were to say 5 items right now, what would be like? Give me those 5 and I can make a meal.
Like, what do you mean, like red onion?
Any like red onions or just
Five items that I can make a meal out of.
yeah.
Okay. 5 items. 5. That's a lot.
Dates.
That's not a lot.
I like
No,
dates.
I like dates,
yeah.
can fuck off.
Tough crowd.
How about that?
Spinach, bro. What is he even?
Chicken.
Okay, chicken.
lime.
Which you know a lot about.
Wait, do spices? Do spices
You're a
count?
pussy.
Spices don't count.
One spice. You get one spice.
Spices don't count
All right, they don't count.
because they're not ingredients. Because if I said chicken and salt,
This just turned
That
into
would
the
be
cooking
fucked
channel,
No,
huh?
salt obviously is not an. No.
yeah, but to
What?
me, in my brain, if you said salt, then I would also have to say coriander, paprika.
Do you want to
Fucking-
try this?
No,
Are you sure?
I don't.
It's fucking wild, dude.
I don't want to try.
No,
okay, so chicken.
there's enough like jacks for everybody, so it would
Whoa.
we could all
I heard that.
I'm not trying to get jacks from you, Freddie.
I don't know, fucking
We're gonna have to
chicken,
jack up your car later.
tortillas,
Oh,
cilantro,
I'm gonna go.
drunk by
lime,
then, it'll be fine.
peppers,
Yeah.
onions.
Okay. All I heard was peppers, onions.
I can make a mean chicken
Let me ask you a
taco with
question.
6
You
ingredients.
are around underage kids a lot.
Five
You
is
hang
crazy.
out with them.
5 is
That's
crazy.
called a callback.
You hang out with them during
is
school,
a
maybe
callback.
after school, right?
Yeah, I do.
What's the most like annoying group of kids in school? Like, preferably by race, if I had to.
Was that the guitar riff?
Why? Yeah,
That was a random
you
guess.
can't hear
I
that.
can't hear it.
You know, it's so crazy. I thought everyone could hear that. That's why I was
No,
just-
no.
No.
Oh, guitar riff.
You know, it's the
No,
crazy
you-
thing about
You
kids.
know what's the crazy
Push
thing,
another one.
Ryan, is that you have headphones on. We don't.
The
Is that the jazz riff?
That was the.
Yeah, who's the most?
The most
Oh yeah,
annoying.
That's
the
called a
rim
rim
shot.
shot.
The rim shot.
Say what was it? Huh?
He wants to know the most annoying.
Race / group of kids.
Okay, well, I'll
And you're
touch
adult
on. I'll
opinion.
touch on part of that.
Like ethnically speaking.
The
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
that comes to mind is the most.
Blacks.
To me, the most annoying student, and I've been teaching for a while, is the student who gets mad at you for you expecting them to follow the rules, and it's like, why are you mad at me for asking you to follow the rules?
True.
And so that's annoying to me. Ethnically, the Libyans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the,
the
Pakistan-
Libyans have been the most upsetting to me.
the Libyans, I'm sure.
Because
What
of
is
all
he
that
doing?
petroleum
He's
they stole
checking
from
out the
Doc
soundboard.
Brown.
All that petroleum.
It's like this sick riff. It's like kind of like a Seinfeld.
Are you
kinda.
like Tom Morello right
It's
now?
like there's like you're like saying something like, "Why your kid's so gay?" and then it goes.
It's awesome for like a fucked up thing, and then you undercut it with
Yeah.
that. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's
he's like black people, and then they're like, "Bam, bam, down, bam, bam, down."
Yeah, when we
Check
remember.
it. No, look, put the headphones on.
You want to try this?
Yeah,
it's really
I
You
good.
mean-
gotta try
Put
it.
the
You gotta
headphones
try
on,
it.
Kyle. You have to.
Okay.
Whoa, it's way different now.
It is.
It's way
so
different.
weird.
This is real
God.
life.
All right, so let's set it
Oh
up
my
for
God,
him.
Kyle
Let's set it up for him.
You see, isn't it crazy?
Whoa,
Ooh,
What's
careful,
what's a
careful.
great line for the? What's the deal with black children?
Yeah.
There's students.
Yes.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
it's not just us sitting here in silence.
No.
While they're like, what
This
the
is
fuck are they
great.
listening
This
to?
is
I never knew how
everything.
this shit
Everything that comes out of this machine goes onto the audio track.
Bless them, bless them.
Bless them. Yeah, bless them for even. They're not here. They're
Is
not
there a
listening,
button
but-
that makes all of us funnier?
No, God. I've been looking
Maybe
for
that one.
No, that didn't work.
Which one was that? Was that a
It
laughter
was like
track?
no, it was a guitar riff.
All right, so maybe this one.
Which, by the way, I don't know if the audience knows this,
Yeah,
but
there we
Ryan Panucci is a famous. Well, he's a drummer in a local famous band called. What's the name of your band?
The Zoo Peculiar.
The Zoo Peculiar, and they've traveled all around Lake Worth, and
I've
played-
seen every corner of Lake
they've
Worth.
seen every corner, even the stitchy parts. All right, even those ones.
Cheap
Even
one.
that one part that's kind of good, okay, good.
Now, Panucci, as a musician and as a stand-up comedian, how would you contrast the differences between being a musician and being a stand-up comic? What's similar? What's different?
Okay, thank you. It's wonderful to be here on the Kyle Dahl podcast.
Yeah.
If you really want to know, being a comedian is way better because it's just me.
Yeah.
I don't have to see if like my singer has OD'd that day.
No, but you're a drummer, which means you're like the central.
Well, I also have to
Vein.
lug.
You're the heart. You're
I
the
have to lug a
lifeblood.
lot of gear. I have to lug a lot of gear.
You don't
when
like
I
that?
go when I go to a comedy show, I
a
walk
pussy,
in,
bro.
I check in with Dan Weiss, and I go, no, I don't want any kava, and then I go, that's it. That's my whole
What
check-in.
about if you want cake?
I got death last time.
Oh.
No.
No one knows what we're talking about, but like I got death last time.
Who cares? There's
Really?
only one viewer.
And it's me.
It's Nico.
And it's
You
Nico
got
Bowling.
death?
I got death last
That's
time.
crazy.
Well, I was super hammered. I got.
What about?
No, that was awesome. He told me he went. Where'd you
I got
go?
the medium. Got right next door is like a Mexican restaurant. They
Yeah.
and I go, can I get a margarita to go? They're like, yeah. What size? And I go, medium. And it was like a 7-Eleven like
Big gulp?
Yeah, it was like a big gulp
the
size.
fuck?
I was like the medium. I was like, if I got large, I would have got alcohol poisoning.
Because you're a small fella.
I went on stage and I couldn't even form sentences.
Really?
And I
From
was like,
that one margarita.
yeah, and I was like, there's absolutely no. Are you doing ding 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 ding? I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna lose
know
this
which one I'm
competition,
gonna
and I
push.
did. And then Dr. Bob Kaufman walked me to the front door in his death costume. I was messing with him. I was like, Bob Kaufman has
Wait.
diabetes. I was yelling it. I was like, this show for him is called Cake and Death.
What are you? Wait. What are you?
That was great.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's legend tier.
I got
That's
death,
legend
though.
tier.
I got
was
fucking
That
death.
does not deserve death.
Me
the
and
fact
Jilly
that you
from Philly.
knew, I had no idea Bob Kaufman has diabetes.
His handle is the diabetic stand-up comedian.
I don't pay attention that much, and to throw that
God,
out there,
Bob
knowing
Kaufman, my
he's
best man.
dead,
He was the best man at my
is
wedding.
Well,
hilarious.
I think what is it when the writers skip? You didn't mention the most surprising part. Bob Kaufman he's the one who plays Death.
Bob Kaufman. Let's
Yeah, I know, it's like such a.
I don't mean to bring
sophomore.
Spoiler alert.
breaking the fourth wall, but Bob Kaufman is in cahoots with Dr. Dan Weiss, and he is Death, and he's the one that walks you out there. And one time, I got Death, and Bob Kaufman walked me out to the front, and he tried to touch my dick.
And you let him or no?
Dude, breaking news from the BBC cast.
Was it Death or was it Bob Kaufman?
It was role playing.
Because I feel like if Death tried to touch your
What
dick,
if it wasn't on the entire time?
No, it was, but the battery's gonna die any minute now, so we'll see when this ends.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
when it
we'll be
ends.
fine.
So just in case it ends.
let's talk about the lowest point of your comedy
The lowest point of my comedy career.
career.
Yeah.
Daniel
Earlier
Ferry.
today, I believe at Small Grass Willie's. I
Earlier
saw.
today-
That was fun.
Swamp Grass
That was fun.
Willie's.
That was a fun night.
I
I know.
almost
I'm doing what's
accidentally
It was
called
like a
improv.
garbage
tripped
fucking
off the
mic.
stage head first. Yeah, so
Were you drunk?
No, I was having not a good time and I almost just dove head first off the stage, which would have been a cool time, I think. No, one time I think for real, if you want to know, the lowest point of my comedy career was like when I first started. I got real mad at somebody on stage and I was like yelling at them.
Like an audience person?
Yeah, because he's in the back drunk. Like someone would go on stage and he'd for real just start screaming for 5 minutes, like not heckling. I mean like
Was
just
it Trace?
Like, "Ah!" Yeah, it was Trace's fucking big. And then I went up there and I said something funny, and the people in front who were listening laughed. And then he just starts screaming, like I said. And then I just start screaming back, and I'm like, I got the microphone, fucking pussy. Like, I'm way louder than you. And then it wasn't good, though. And then actually Lalo was like, and then I was like, oh, true. And then I got off, and he's like, don't do that.
That was the
retard.
lowest
And I was
part
like,
of your stand-up career.
Yeah,
Mine was
and-
one
and
time
then I had to suck
sucked
him
a
off
fucking
afterwards.
hooker's cock out back for some crack.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that's the thing is I don't know if you had to do that. But,
It'll happen. He's young yet.
Well, that's how
It'll
you guys
happen.
met.
to
You got a lot of
Yeah.
time ahead of you.
The hooker was him.
I did do an unknown substance with a guy called Six Finger Mike, though. I will tell you.
I
that.
know
I remember
Six Finger
Six
Mike.
Finger
Did you
Mike.
meet
Yeah,
Six
I know
Finger
Six
Mike?
Finger Mike.
Six Finger
He
Mike.
used to frequent Lake Worth,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
blueprint one.
I think
Yeah.
he's gone now. He might have passed. I don't know. I haven't
No,
seen
he's
him.
still
he
alive.
moved, I thought.
He moved on.
The legend. The
He
legend.
passed.
He was a nice
Legend
fella.
is he
He
rode
was
a
nice.
tornado and
He
he
made
rode a
me
tornado
free.
to the next
What about
town.
Mr. Kyle Dahl?
What about Professor Kyle Daltron?
Dr. Kyle.
What's your worst moment on stage?
I think you were there.
Well, I've seen all your performances.
I did when I was at Matthews one time. A guy, I said something. I could tell you the joke. I do remember.
This is Mike Daba's act, done by a guitar player, who asks, "Name a song, any song." They say Wonderwall. He goes, "I don't know that," and that's the
Oh,
whole shtick,
okay,
and he
yeah.
does it a couple times, right?
Great
so
bit.
so Shannon, who
That
is
funny.
one of the funniest human beings on the planet,
Yeah.
sends me this and goes, "This dude is a hack."
Can we talk about how great of a song Wonderwall is, though? And it's not obviously people.
He's
make,
listening to it on the headphones right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Ding, ding. Obviously,
Honestly,
people,
amazing production on that song, right? It really moves me. I don't know. Does it move you?
it
Kyle
moves
Dahl?
me.
How does it
I
make
can
you
also
feel?
play
It
that
moved you back in
guitar.
1962.
It bowel moves
Old
me.
ass. It bow moves me.
That song is not that old. First of all,
No, it's
that was hyperbolic.
it's
That was hyperbolic.
It's exaggeration.
Yeah. Oasis. My favorite story about Oasis is Liam Gallagher.
Sucking dick.
You know what's crazy is he knows multiple stories about Oasis.
I
Yeah,
know a
what
lot
the
of
fuck is in my
My top 5 Oasis
Story
stories.
about-
I'd like to share it with the audience.
My favorite U2 story is actually
number 5.
Number 5. So Liam Gallagher is a crazy person. They're both crazy. Noel. And anyway, he came to America, and they asked him when he
Like
got to
Eddie
America.
Murphy?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I see. What he said. They said, "Do you have anything?
Stop fucking touching me.
Do you have anything to declare?" And he said, "I'm a fucking rock star." I don't know.
No, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing standing in lines. The
Yeah.
clubs will never get in.
It's like
I
the
do have
bottom
a- I
of the
do have an
nine that we're
appreciation for
never
him.
gonna win. It's
What is that?
that's
not
Rockstar
Nickelback, that's
Nickelback.
Rockstar.
But that's a
Rockstar.
callback.
We're such big Nickelback
Oh
fans.
my god.
That was the later Nickelback.
He's
no
so
one
old
liked
that he
later
forgot.
Nickelback.
That's what it is.
You,
I'm
you guys
talking
are
about-
senile.
All right, here you want to play a game? Guess
All
a
right,
band
Jigsaw.
that Kyle Dahl loves.
The man?
Name a band that you look at Kyle Dahl and name a band and say what band you think he absolutely loves, and I guarantee you can't say REM because
Hollywood
we already know
Undead.
that. He has no idea who that is.
Yeah, but he would love them though.
What is your pick?
Lincoln Park.
Nope. He likes Linkin Park, but he doesn't love
try
Linkin
again.
Park.
It's good.
I know all of Kyle Dahl's
Okay,
musical
yeah,
taste.
yeah.
Try it one more time.
Be honest.
Megadeth.
No,
No,
he doesn't
no.
like Megadeth.
You guys are so
I'm
far
just
off.
no, I'm fucking.
No,
around.
I-
Hootie and
he-
the Blowfish.
Oh really?
My next guess was gonna be like Hoobastank.
Smokey
I
and the
mean-
Robinsons, or is that
I
who-
do love Hootie.
I
do love
believe you're
Hootie.
speaking
What
of
about the
Smokey
B-52s?
Robbins.
Smokey? No.
Yeah, they're
Smokey and the
Yeah.
Robinsons was your neighbor back in Riviera.
Yeah, you're true.
What
No,
about
what-
Johnny and the Max?
What band am I thinking of? Whatever.
I recently saw them. I've seen them before, but I
Who?
saw them again. The Hootie and the Blowfish.
Flex.
For the legs. How much were the tickets?
You know, I followed
I got
Hootie
them
around.
I got them for free actually.
That
My
was
Yeah.
friend
Hootie
got
they're
them.
just giving them out, huh? They're just
No, they
giving
were
those
great.
tickets out, huh?
No, they were great.
I believe they
because-
called him Blowfish.
Hold on, what are they?
That's even gayer.
I'm one of the Blowfish.
That's even gayer.
I
It was
follow them around.
Hootie and the Blowfish, and it was Collective Soul, and it was
Collective Soul. I can.
Edwin McCain.
And they're just giving out these tickets for free, huh? 'Cause
I
I
they
got
don't
it
know.
for free.
found-
My friend had
I
a
think
free
one of the
ticket.
first jokes I wrote. I found Collective Soul in high school. I was like, "This
What
is
does
so
that mean?
cool," because like I'm listening to them, and like I'm a redhead, and I don't have a soul, and they have all of them.
Mhm. And they won't share.
Yeah.
I used to drum for Collective Soul.
No, you didn't.
No, I did not.
What is Collective Soul?
The
man?
story
You don't
just
know-
ends
okay.
there.
Collective Soul is a great band from the 90s.
Yeah, they're
They
pretty
have,
great.
They have a few hits.
And I shine.
I wanna see how far- wait.
Yeah.
Tell
Oh,
me,
that's them.
what's a
Yeah.
band you
that's
think
them.
I like? What's a band you think I like?
Flyleaf.
Misfits.
I kind of do like Flyleaf.
They're not bad.
They're
Yeah,
not
they're
bad.
awesome.
That chick's kind of hot.
She's
not gonna
hot.
lie.
I
She's
saw
like
her-
a little
I saw her at
elfin
Rockville.
woman.
Hell yeah.
She's like a little elfin woman. I'm
Yeah.
into that.
Lacey Strong.
Did you
like-
say
like,
Elephant Woman?
Elfin.
Rage in the
Oh.
Machine or whatever.
A Rage Against the
Rage
Machine.
Against the
yeah,
Machine.
nice try. Yeah, I dig Rage. Yeah.
Well, the problem with that band though was why were they so angry?
Oh my goodness gracious.
The problem with that band.
You might want to sit down for this. Kyle Dahl's going on what's called a tangent.
I
Kyle
like.
Dahl's putting on his
you probably like
plantation
the
accent.
Misfits, right?
I dig the
The
Misfits.
You
Killers.
like, you like Danzig?
Multiple eras of the
Danzig?
Danzig was
Wait, wait,
rad,
wait, wait,
and then
wait,
they
wait.
came out with like
No.
after the Danzig era
No,
was good.
They were.
You're a
they-
Weezer.
Oh, they're not
Eh.
called. Panucci likes them. They're not called the Misfits.
They're called the
called
Fits?
the Midgets.
Yeah, it's my band.
Yeah. He's very short.
I'm taking the name back.
It's just you doing 4 different
It's true.
instruments.
I'm sitting on a high chair.
No, there's nothing. The only thing high about you, Panucci, is all
my
the
brain.
pot you saw.
Oh my God, Kyle Dahl.
Kyle Dahl,
Wait,
the
is it the
killer.
song?
I have no idea what button I
That's.
pushed.
I think that's the laughter, and then this is the song.
Which one did I push?
No, he pushed the laughter.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
the
a
song.
Yeah,
That's the
hell yeah.
Shaft song. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shaft.
It's good. It's like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Do you guys appreciate Seinfeld being so young?
Yeah, you're very good.
My dad
I do,
absolutely
yeah.
loves Seinfeld. So yeah,
It's the
That's-
best.
I think that's
It's
our
the
favorite
best.
show.
Collectively, probably. yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite show.
It is really good.
The episode where George stops fucking and jerking off, and
And
then
he
he
becomes
just
smart.
becomes
A genius.
intelligent.
Yeah.
He becomes a
Yeah.
genius.
Absolute
He
zero.
learns Portuguese like that and starts flirting with the waitress,
Which-
and he's
which-
like, "Now's my chance to fuck her," and he throws all of his intelligence away.
Yeah.
But it makes you
That is
wonder.
funny as hell.
But honestly, and I want to be serious for a second. It makes you wonder.
Mr. Kyle
because
Dahl
George
wants to be serious.
Costanza became so smart after not having sex, and Panucci's so dumb.
That's what I mean. You'd think I'd be a lot.
You
I'd
think
know how to
he'd be-
do anything. I know. I could figure out geometry. I never
My
could get
favorite Costanza moment has to be though when he's caught for having sex with the cleaning lady at his
this is
job.
great. Yeah, I know what you're talking
And he's caught, and his boss is like, "George, it's come to my attention that you've been having sex with the cleaning lady Rosa," and his response is, "Was that wrong?
Yeah. Is that, he says, "Is that frowned upon?
Is that frowned upon?
Should I not
here?
have done that?"
that. Should I
Should
not
I
have done that?
that?
I watched
Yeah.
more Curb Your
Was that
Enthusiasm.
wrong?"
Well, what's funny is, and this is a lot of inside Seinfeld here, trivia.
In Seinfeld.
So George Costanza, the Jason Alexander did not realize until like season 3, because the first 2 seasons, if you watch the show, he was doing Woody Allen. I guess what he was doing. And then season 3, he was like,
He
"Oh,
realized it was.
I'm Larry David."
He realized it was Larry David.
I didn't realize I was supposed to be Larry David, and then that's when, if you watch the show,
Jason Alexander is such a phenomenal actor.
yeah, very good on Broadway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so if
Wow,
you
you're
go,
gay, bro. Sorry.
I can like Broadway. And look,
You can
there-
like Broadway.
It was
He
one of
can
the
like
things he
musicals.
You
said.
can like Broadway and you can like penis. Those two go together pretty well.
But but you can see how it shifted in the show for Seinfeld.
I gotta pay attention to that because I didn't notice that.
Did
But
you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
And I saw this the other day, and here's when he realized I like Curb. I
Who are
haven't
you
watched
looking
it
at
a
when
lot.
you do that? You know
But
we're not recording
He's looking at
this.
the gnomes. The people are our
Yeah.
audience over there.
But this
No,
is
yeah, we're recording.
honestly, this is
I know. It's just funny. It'd be really funny if you just said that we weren't recording and Kyle just kept on. Yeah.
the audience is loving it. Freddie, this is when he realized he was Larry David, because it was the episode when George quits, and then comes back and acts like he didn't quit.
that's a Larry David
And
story.
And George.
That's a Larry
Jason
David story.
Alexander said, I can't. This is never gonna This would never happen." And Larry said, "What do you mean? I did it. I did
It
it.
happened.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
Happened to me.
And that's when he realized, oh,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be Larry."
It's crazy because they're both crowning so hard. It's like, how did you not realize that the show writer,
Right. That's what I said. Like, how did you not realize
the head writer
that's
for
Larry
the show,
you're Larry
is
David.
you? It looks
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah. That was always funny to me that he didn't realize he was supposed to.
No,
be
but I mean, compared to like Larry David, his mannerisms, all that bullshit, and like Jason Alexander,
Yeah.
they're both kind of different, but it's just so funny. Their parallels are
But
hilarious.
it is. You can see in the first few seasons that he's just doing Woody Allen. Like he's supposed to be Woody Allen. Do you know who Woody Allen is?
yeah, he's
Why
the
did
one-
you have to speak up? Do you know?
No, everybody
one who
my
dated a
age,
16-year-old?
Yeah, everybody
He didn't
my
date
age.
He's the one who
he
you
didn't
took.
No,
date
he
a 16-year-old.
groomed his
Yeah.
wife.
He
groomed
married
his
his stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to do?
With who?
I'm
Wait, it was
currently
a
trying to
stepdaughter?
marry
You gotta be
Woody
married to
Allen's
get a
stepdaughter.
stepdaughter.
It was a stepdaughter.
No,
I thought
she
it was
was
a random person.
She was a hot stepdaughter.
Has there
Oh,
ever
was
been
she?
a Mrs.
She was
has
hot
there,
behind you. I'll tell you that.
Has there ever been a Mrs. Dr. Kyle Dahl?
His mother, Mrs. Dahl.
She was a podiatrist.
I met her once. One time, you want to know
That
a true
explains
story?
a lot.
Here's a true story about Kyle Dahl.
Right.
He brought his mother and grandmother to a show once, and his grandmother was twice as funny as he was.
But tell
That's a true
tell
story,
him what
though.
show.
The Red Light,
Red Light.
Abby Ballin's
You brought
Red
them
Light.
to Red Light? That's awesome.
They loved it. I was adjacent.
She
to
was
a
the
Red
hit-
Light
she
is a
was the
show
hit of
at
the
a
night.
lounge in a strip club.
She was the hit of the night. Abby was talking to her and making her the star.
She
of
was
the show.
talking about what it was
she
like.
loved it. She
Yeah,
probably loved
what it was like to be like frisky, like in like the 1920s.
Yeah, that was her time.
Yeah, the roar. Yeah,
The roaring 20s.
That's crazy,
yeah,
bro.
that was great. She was wonderful.
old is she?
And then I performed that night.
97.
100?
Oh, for real, she's super old.
She's 97 and she went to this Red Light show and she loved it.
Yeah, I performed on that one too, and I said, what did you think about that? She was like, I didn't care for it. So
That's what Abby said.
that's what Abby said, and everyone else that watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The
awesome.
the other night when us three were at Red Light was really funny. My mom was there actually.
That's true. I met your mom there.
He comes up. Yeah.
That's where I meet all my friends' moms. Is at the Red Light. Is next door to a strip
She
club.
was working.
I think my
there,
mom
though.
told she was working. She was on the pole that night. I hate to perform when she's on the pole. God damn it! But
I met her. I met
sometimes it
his
just lines
mom.
up that way.
I met his mom a few times. She knows me very well before we started doing like all this.
Mm.
And then she listened to the first episode where we talked about like we had this thing where we were talking about like
Titties, bro.
we were talking about titties and we had this joke.
Now, what are those?
Fuck off.
I can show you.
We had this one bit, it was whatever, the joke was like small titties are called landmines, and you don't know that they're there until you step on them, right? Just like a
You
regular.
guys have sex
landmine.
in weird ways. The kids
Yeah,
have
we
sex
have
in
weird sex.
ways. That's
But
weird.
she listened to the whole episode, and he told me, she was like, I don't think this is for me.
No, she sent me a text and she was like, "So, what kind of audience are you trying to go for?" Like, she was like, "Who is this for exactly?" And I'm
Who
like,
is this for? Not
Who
for
is
humans.
the person that is gonna watch it?
and then she's like, she basically was like,
Deaf
"You
people.
think this is funny?" And I'm like, we're putting it out there.
Does she say that after she watches your comedy?
Yeah, sometimes she's like, "Daniel." She comes out there just to try to get me not to go on stage. And
Yeah. She's like, Daniel, go back
But
to
she
school.
told me, unless you
She's
told
always
me
been
this,
supportive.
these two guys were sitting next to each other, standing next to each other. My mom knows Freddy, so she walked straight up to Freddy like, "Hi," and then supposedly Ryan was like, "Freddie, is this your probation officer? Who is this?"
Yeah, because
That's
Ryan
what
was,
I asked.
Ryan
I
was on
started
the show
laughing.
with you,
Yeah.
and he was sitting right next to me. She showed up before you did, and yeah.
That made me laugh when she told me that. I was like, "That's funny." Because
That was the first thing that came to mind.
Freddie, is this your probation officer? Why is she checking up on you? It
I
was
mean,
good.
was
And then
funny.
you talked
it's
to
so
her
rare
after.
where a woman will talk to Freddie that I just assumed the
Yeah.
worst.
You're like, "Hello,
That's
Mrs."
true. That's very true.
What
Well-
I'm gonna ask what probably everyone watching is wondering. Freddie Finnerty, are you single?
God, I hope
I mean,
so.
obviously.
Why is that
Why
obvious?
is that obvious?
You're a comic. Funny laughter is the way.
Freddie,
Yeah.
why is that obvious? You're so pretty. Why is that
No,
obvious?
yeah, clearly I'm slaying puss right now.
Well, you could be.
You look like you could slay a dragon, honestly, kind
They
of.
say, but they do say that laughter is the best medicine, which is why anyone watching this has developed gonorrhea.
Yeah.
Glaucoma and everything.
And AIDS.
Anyone who wants to be healthy has turned this off a long time ago.
I'm getting visceral reactions watching this episode.
I did a Dan Long right there.
Dan
a
Long.
long time ago.
We love doing.
A long time.
Should we do?
Mannerisms
Should
from
we?
other comics.
Should we do?
Let's do all the comics
that,
we
please.
do. All right, who wants to go? What do you want to do first?
Name a comic. And
I mean, should I do Dan Weiss?
Let's start with the king, Dr. Dan Weiss.
Dan Weiss. So it's my birthday. Wait, can we cut? No, we have to cut this. We have
Yeah,
to
we'll cut it.
No,
We'll
it's
cut
too
it.
late.
No, we'll cut
It's
it.
too late.
We'll cut it.
Yeah.
We can't. All right.
Okay,
this
yeah,
streaming live.
We got
we'll cut it.
Wait, no. All right. You wake up in the morning. First post.
Feeling like you
first
did.
post.
first meal of the day. No, we have to cut that. We can't do it. I
No.
have to. He's the only person that books me. We
No,
can't.
you
We
keep
have
going.
to.
Well,
You
the
gotta
best
do a whole
is,
set.
First cake of the day.
Well, Panucci, the best.
Don't fucking touch me.
The
Kyle.
best is. You know what I'm about to say.
God damn it.
I can't believe I've been betrayed.
Yeah. Oh God. We can't
What
do
is
it.
that?
No, we have to cut all this out. Dan, I love you. Leave this part in, Dan.
Kyle can tell the story, right?
Okay, wait. Oh, wait, what's the story? Because I got a story about
Don't
Dan.
do it, Kyle. Don't. Your career's on the line.
What career? No one cares at Santa Lucia's High School.
Got to take all this out. All this needs to be taken out.
All right, so Dan Long.
You can't do it like that because that looks like he's like a Nazi.
So-
You're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That was bad.
You have to do more of a torso spin.
Should we do the John Applebaum?
John Applebaum is. I'll do John Applebaum. Yeah, yeah.
He does.
That's John
yeah.
Applebaum.
Can you do? Can you give us a Pony Boy, Sorrel?
I have 6 kids. I left my wife in the ICU with my new daughter.
That's a
Yeah.
little too slow.
It's
You
a
gotta go a
son,
little
yeah.
faster though.
I love my dog.
He's like-
You and a new son. Yeah, he's like almost
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a.
yeah.
I definitely love all races equally.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
I'll tell. Can I tell his best joke? This is his best joke.
I'm driving my baby mama's van all over the state of Florida.
Can I tell his best joke? We're live on TV.
I'm not him.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
do it right
go
now.
for it.
This is John Sorrell's best joke, and he's hilarious. If deer meat is so good, why don't they sell it at Publix?
That's a great joke. I remember him saying that and thinking it was great.
It's the best. He's hilarious.
That's spot on.
As soon as, and this is
real shit.
true. As soon as he figures out
Why don't they sell it?
how to do it, he's gonna be the funniest motherfucker that's out there. Guarantee it. He
That
just
is a
needs to
great
figure
joke.
it out. Yeah, it's the best.
I mean, he tonight he's talking about he talked about how he's got a baby in NICU, and like that was just a rolling punchline for his whole set.
What
Once
does that
he
mean, a NICU?
He was using it as an excuse for why he wasn't funny. He was like, "Whatever, man. I got a daughter in the NICU. NICU is the neonatal intensive care unit. It's the
It's like where they put babies after they're born to make sure they're healthy before they can go home.
Oh.
And so there's like nurses around the clock watching like a litter of fucking 20.
My ex was a nurse.
Yeah. And so
There's a
they're
priest
all
in there watching
they're all
over
just
them.
like watching the babies on like 6-hour shifts, just making sure everybody's okay. And so his daughter is in intensive care to make sure she's okay to live before she goes home. And she's like, "Yeah, I gotta hit this mic on a Wednesday before I go home."
You know what's crazy though is the day she was No, it's a boy.
The day
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
The
Yeah.
day
The day-
his son was born,
He went
was
to a
at
mic.
an open mic like 3 hours later.
And
Yeah.
I say respect.
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 Fuck them kids.
Yeah.
Fuck the
I
children.
That's a
mean,
good
what I
dad though. He's
say.
putting his
wait,
future
no,
first.
don't fuck the kids, but fuck them kids.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not all
Duffy's.
the same here.
Duffy's.
Duffy's.
Kyle.
Don't go to Duffy's.
It
Never
might
go
have
to
been a
Duffy's.
Duffy's. It could have been
Never
Flanagan's.
sleep with anyone from
Could have
Duffy's.
been a Flanagan's. Could have been a Chili's.
Maybe
Never
even a
sleep with anyone that
Miller's, really.
works at Duffy's.
Could have been a Miller's.
Could have been a Miller's.
Could have been a Miller's, a
Could've been.
Chili's.
Or what's the other one?
Holy Henry.
What's the one that you're? By the way, how have we not talked about this?
Oh no.
Your favorite fan, biggest fan in the scene. I believe his initials are NM. And I gotta tell you, no one's a bigger fan of Ryan Panucci than Nick Masick.
These
Can
are
I look
trigger
into
words.
the camera? I'm
Hashtag.
gonna look into the camera right now, and I want you guys to put this on your show. You ready, Ryan?
I'm not cutting this
I'm
out.
terrified.
Fuck Nick Masick.
Oh.
All right? Any enemy of Ryan Panucci is an enemy of mine. You see, look into my eyes, Nick Masick. If I ever see you on the streets, all right,
His WWF promo.
I'm
He's always
cutting
wanted to
your
do this.
fucking hair off, all right, and shaving your head bald. And then people will realize, you know what? He's not an unfunny, long-haired person. He's an unfunny, bald person. Because Nick Masick, if I know anything about him, it's that guy hasn't told a joke that I haven't seen on the internet multiple times. All right?
Typo on this promo.
Multiple times. All right. And not only does he run a shitty show and wherever he does that shitty show, but he also sucks.
What, Ryan?
Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle
Ladies and
Dahl.
gentlemen, take a bow, brother.
Fuck Nick Mason.
That was a good monologue.
Ladies and gentlemen, WWF superstar Kyle Dahl on his
Yeah.
words on.
We're gonna put that
Nick
fight together.
Masick.
Catch
What-
me outside.
What's the beef? He didn't finish you all the way. He didn't suck you off to completion. What happened?
Oh, Dr. Gonzo here. He will answer all your questions. I can't.
Kyle Dahl, a.k.a. Dr. Gonzo.
Kyle Dahl, can I
Gonzo.
ask you what's the beef? Are you goofing or what's the beef with Ryan?
There is beef.
There's beef.
There is beef.
So-
and cheddar.
The problem is Nick Masick and I have had a lot of beef, but now he's a vegetarian. All right, I've never met him. I don't know.
Is that true?
I've never met him.
That's right. Yeah.
Are you serious?
I've never met the fella. But
I don't think he's been back in Palm
That's
Beach County.
hilarious.
I haven't seen him in Palm Beach County in a really long time. He does not like me though.
It's Broward County. Palm Beach is a city.
Palm Beach? No, it's Palm Beach County.
Bruise
No,
Room.
it's
That's
Broward.
the one
This is
that
I was gonna say you didn't go to Bruce Room.
This
Oh,
is
Palm.
Brand, no.
I'm
Palm Beach
sorry.
County.
I thought you
because
said. I've had too many to drink. I thought you said
Of-
Pompano County.
No,
of
Palm
Beach.
Beach.
Palm Beach. Palm
He
Beach.
what did you guys? What? Tell me, Dr. Gonzo fuckhead. What's the?
Dr. Gonzo.
This man,
fuckhead.
this man suffers from a
Fuckhead.
bad heart. Angina pectoris.
Huh? Did you just
Look,
name an
I'm-
ancient creature?
I'm not
No,
afraid
that's
to
burning of the
speak the truth.
chest.
I'm not afraid.
He will tell you. He will tell you.
Angina pectoris.
Angina pectoris. This man suffers from a bad heart. I must have a suite. You guys ever seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
No,
It's
but
been a
I
long
understand the words angina and pectoris.
I understand the words. I need a sweet because I'm fat.
Fear and Loathing is a.
God damn it. any motherfucker can go on Amazon Prime and make a special. All right, I gotta tell you, pay enough bucks.
He's doing
I don't think he did that.
I don't know.
Get on your soapbox.
He's doing it.
Get on your soapbox,
He's
Kyle.
doing it. Here's the thing.
Any motherfucker can hate Ryan Panucci, but I'll tell you what, any motherfucker who hates Ryan Panucci is an enemy of mine. That's basically what you're saying?
That's what I said.
No, I don't know what happened.
Here's what I think. I think
You think he's cute, but you still
people.
mad.
No, I don't want to talk about him. He doesn't deserve airtime. I think
Oh my
that
God.
people should.
Suck penis.
No. We've already
No?
discussed this. This is new. This is legit. This is from the bottom of my heart.
All right, give him the floor.
Comedy sometimes is something people want to do for a living. And sometimes people just like doing it. And sometimes people need to do it.
And sometimes people like doing it, and then they want to do it for a living.
And it's all like a thing, and like it's very hard to do. And I think there's all different levels. But I think like off stage, there should be like this camp or like a commonality, and people should support one another, and you should help younger comics get better, and you shouldn't put them down. Now everybody knows, better comics get booked more and all this stuff, but that doesn't mean like you have to not associate with them. And I think that 90% of all of this is your interactions off stage. And that's very cool, and it's important to people because sometimes it's not about a career, and sometimes they need this.
Sometimes people just need a support system.
Me and Kyle Dahl started around the same time for the same reason that we needed a community support, and that's a true story. That's legit, and we got it, and we're still here. That was 3 years ago.
And we're getting a little serious now, Dan.
This is serious.
No, this is very serious.
And Panucci and I started at the same time. We both started probably for similar reasons. And when I started, there were comics who were more seasoned, who were very helpful. And I will say, I did mention Rob Callett. I love Rob Callett because he would spend the time. Who burped right there? Rob.
Burp like that.
Rob was very nice to me. I'm sure to Ryan, and he would help us. And Jackie Sanchez was very nice to me, and but fuck Nick Mason because that guy is not nice. Is what I'm trying to tell you. All right, his long hair and beard. You have a beard,
I do have a beard, yes.
which I don't mind. I
No,
don't
but
mind beard.
his
You don't mind my
beard is
beard? Are you sure you don't
longer.
have some
His
contempt for
beard-
me?
This is a genuine beard. Nick Masick has like a sort of a scruffy, sort of
It's patchy.
a tamed beard.
Yeah.
This is a man's beard.
This motherfucker won't go away if I wanted it to, bro. This guy, I'm stuck with him.
All right, let us brag for your beard. Don't brag.
Now,
for
Freddie
no,
Finnerty,
okay,
have
he's
you
right.
ever had facial hair?
Have you ever had a facial, Freddie?
No, I've never had no one's ever come on my face.
Okay, just.
But
Not yet.
The last time
Really?
last year I tried to do like a no shave November, and in the middle of December I did a show, and after my set someone was like, "You look like you have crabs."
You look like you're feral right now.
So I was immediately like, all right, I'm going to keep this at as short a length as I can without having a close shave every day. But yeah, I'm not growing out my beard until I feel like it's good enough to
How long
fucking-
is this? Right here?
I
This has been going
haven't,
on for about
I
6
haven't
months right
used
here?
I haven't used a straight razor in a couple weeks. So
Just
this
a
is
gay one?
all like
Did I do it first? Yeah. That's
So
called
this
quick
is-
draw, doll.
this is probably
It's Doc Holliday
this
over
is
here.
probably 2 or 3
I was
days.
born on the mean streets.
This is either 2 or 3 days after like razor like
Oh,
like,
we're still
like
talking about
electric
this?
electric buzzer.
I'm sorry.
You asked me a question.
Listen,
I'm gonna answer you. Asshole.
We had too much of this milk. No, it's okay. I just
did
was
not
wondering
add
because
too much of that milk.
no,
That
no,
was-
I've had too much of this of baby's milk. Baby needs bottle.
I
Too
would-
much of that nasty,
I have an
amazing
idea.
breast milk.
Freddie Finnerty, I have an idea. Daniel.
What you want us to make out? Don't say that.
I have an idea. So, there used to be a show inside the actor's studio where the fella would ask the people, if you get to heaven, what would you like to hear God say in the pearly gates? I'd like to hear, maybe to wrap this thing up, what would be...
That's
I
not your
mean-
No,
job.
Kyle, this
yeah,
is,
it's
Kyle, this
not.
is
This
4
is
more
as
hours.
long as we want to go.
And
Yeah.
you're stuck here in the middle of us.
This ain't your job.
what would be...
Dr.
what
Wrap up
Gonzi.
our
what would
podcast.
be advice, not just life advice,
Kyle's got a
maybe
camera behind